specializing in time, because this is something you could apply to absolutely any niche and take away you having to be there. It's the easiest way to make money without presently being there. So it seems like a lot of work. You'll see what I mean. I'm going to run the tape. I'm going to lock this up. I got to take off the annotations. 1 second. I got to do that because I'm just letting whoever showed up here. I went to a small segment of my list, and I will close that up now. And then I'm just going to let it roll. Then I'll be around for half an hour after the hour, because there will be questions. There's no doubt about that. Another disclaimer is some of you know what portions of what is going to be discussed. So don't get upset and say, why are you giving it all away? I'm kind of warning. I just pull back the curtain on a lot of the stuff I'm doing. You're probably going to hate me even more after this. You'll be like, I thought he was live there. I mean, that's a fake chat. What do you mean? You're not even doing any work? What are you doing if you're never doing any work? It's not fair. Okay, here we go. I will go share screen. Any questions before we start? Any concerns, any questions, anything at all before I plug in the screen share?
I was expecting them to be live. 2 guys were going to come in. So it's a pre-recorded thing you were watching? Good.
From last night, yeah. And it's only after I did it, I said, no, I'm sharing this. I considered putting it on my blog, but when I did the edits today, I'm like, I can't. It's just creating direct competition for me and whoever uses these techniques.
Just throwing this out there, the people that have mentioned in the comment section, yeah, I'm recording, and I will just message me on Facebook, and once I get it up, then I'll share it with you guys. And I'll put it on unlisted, so it's not going to be like visible, but you'll need the link.
Yeah, whatever you guys do, I don't care. I don't know anything. You see those monkeys behind me? No, that's how I roll, guys. That's how I roll.
Joey joined a course.
Thank you, Erica.
What is the one thing that will hold you back, even if you have a great product?
That's where the mute all button comes in handy. So much easier, holy moly. So I'm going to, wow, isn't that, that's a crazy feature. Okay, well, it's silent all of a sudden. Cheers. So stick around for half an hour. Type some questions now in the chat as I'm do the video transfer. Any questions, go ahead and I'll pick them up before we run the tape. I think the video is very self-explanatory. I'll frame it for you. I have some friends in the industry that are super successful, and I try to keep those relationships tight as I move along in my career, and they wanted help. They wanted to meet with me. So I said, yeah, let's do it. It was supposed to be half an hour. It ended up being 2 hours, and I clipped it down to under 1 hour. So that's what it is. How can I help you? That's how the whole thing starts. And that led to a lot of directions. So no questions, we're good. Do you guys, annotations, right, Eugene? We don't want to see anything happen. Okay, I may have to unmute someone. I forgot where that was. I will, I'm just going to struggle while you guys are here. This is most of my day anyways, trying to figure stuff out. So I'll go to participants maybe. I'll go to participants. I will go to, yeah, maybe I will have to call in for support. Yeah, I'm going to call in for support. If I'm allowing you to unmute yourself. If anyone knows how to find annotations, I think Angela does. Please, I need your technical assistance.
If you go up to the top of your Zoom,
yeah,
it should drop down.
Okay.
At the very top, you should have like.
Okay. No.
There should be a whole menu that drops down. And if you even just go to share screen, you'll see annotations up there, and you should be able to just turn it off after you share your screen too, like before you play the video.
It's when I share my screen. That's it.
Yeah.
Got
So
you.
when you share,
yeah.
it drops. That's up there, so you should be able to turn it off after you start sharing.
Yeah, you see it shows up right there.
Yeah, the view options, that's where you can go in and turn it.
Don't look at my file structure, everyone. That's not supposed to be seen. Ah. If you screen recorded that, oh boy, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Disable annotation for others. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're good. Okay, so that's good. See if we can hear that. Okay, I'm gonna come back out to unmute you guys. 15 minutes of technical setup. How about that? Allow. Okay, good. Now we're good. Enjoy the show. I'm right here. I'm right here beside you. What I will do, here's a great thing, a great way to do this. Since I'm here watching with you, I will answer questions in the chat. So we're gonna have a party within the viewing, okay? So that's what I'm going to focus on, the chat as we watch, okay, guys? Please just nod your heads if you hear the video, please. Well, I haven't started, and then I will mute out right now. That should be good.
So Tommy,
The what?
I'll get over the what is it called when you're around, famous people and people
Starstruck.
You're starstruck. Yeah, there you go.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So
It's 5 o'clock.
Tommy has talked obviously a lot about you, but we haven't really dove in deep. We are looking at building a couple different funnels, and
let me grab a last time. I got to grab paper.
please.
I feel disabled without my notes.
Sure, go ahead. Okay, and I don't. Where do you typically like to start from?
Bro, here's how I roll. Like, I'll help with whatever I can. But so what do you do? Tell me about yourself. You work with Tommy, or?
Yeah, so my background is I worked for Trump. I was the first guy hired by Trump down in Iowa.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I had
Wow.
like 8 months with him on the ground. I flew on the big Trump plane and everything.
What?
So I'll have to send you. I'm not shitting you. I'll send you this.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. No, I had the opportunity because of a relationship. I spent like 20 years, 25 years in political work, and a good friend of mine. There he is.
There he is. If you leave, you can't get back in. What's up, bad boy? Sorry, bro. What's up, Tommy?
How are you? It looks like you've been lifting a few weights lately. Look at you. Attaboy. The guns are back. The guns are back.
No. They're not back, bro. They're not back. They're healthy. I'm on, not to go off track here, but I'm on over 10 months, bro. Clean.
Holy.
I know.
Attaboy. God, I'm gonna have to try that myself someday.
Yeah, but a year's good for me. I can't wait to restart.
Good for you. Good for you.
Is this a dopamine detox?
Yeah,
Like, I just want to reintroduce it with some control.
yeah.
I had to clean out the whole system for a year.
Well, I think you're absorbing so much new data and so much information too. I mean, a whole reset's an important thing. And it looks like the platforms that you're attacking right now is like a totally completely different space, different modality altogether. And in order for you to do what you normally do, which is master it, and people are moving into these platforms faster than they were before. So for you to dominate it like you normally do, you do have to have all of you there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's exciting.
With the little brain cells I have to maximize.
Yeah. Attaboy.
Yeah. Okay. So here, what I usually do is I just open the floor. I shouldn't have cut in. I just haven't seen my boy in a while.
No, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's awesome. He's Tommy and I. So I had that experience, and then I finished, and I spent in 2016 as the campaign was middle of the campaign. I got reintroduced to a friend who owned a direct network marketing company, and he said, "Look, I want you to come on and be one of my corporate guys." I said, "Well, I'm going to finish up with Trump." I did. I had my options from DC. I chose not to. I was raising 2 boys at the time. So I went and became part of the corporate team at a company. And that's where I met Tommy. And, everybody, so I'm corporate, and Tommy is like, he's on the cover of all of our magazines, he's, and so it was so funny because our owner was like, starstruck with Tommy too, right? Here he is, a big musclehead guy, and so that's kind of the image that I set in place there. And he and I worked together, but on a very, very much a corporate field kind of relationship. And so here within the last 6 months, another project came up. I left that company about a year ago, and about 6 months ago, another project came up in the same space in the industry. And I said, I'm not interested in corporate, but I would love to be in the field. And things, as they turned out, Tommy and I are on the same team. We're partnered. We said, look, who wouldn't want to partner with this guy? And so that's where we are. So we're talking about a lot of things. We're putting together our systems. Everything from saying hello to, what are you doing for order fulfillment, all that kind of stuff, all the business. Yeah. So, and part of this was him thinking out loud. He said, look, I've got this buddy. He started describing you. I went online, checked you out, and I was like, wow, this is exactly, it's different. And I hadn't spent any time in this industry. It's always been like, make your list, make your phone call, make your phone call, So I'm looking for different systems, and this really fit in nicely. So Tommy, back to you, buddy. That's what I wanted to throw out there. That's where we are. We're looking at this. We think that this could be something that would, be, thousands
worthwhile, worth the time.
What is it? Is it a network marketing company you guys are involved in?
Yeah. So essentially, this is where we're sitting. Chris is in his first build per se. So he's done corporate for a long time. In his first build, I think that because of his Trump background, because of his corporate background, that we could if we make use of that background and find a way to display it properly, it's going to turn into a giant fishing lure, right? He doesn't have the long list of people that he's built with over the last 3, 4, 5 years. Yeah. So his list is shorter that way. But if there was anybody out there that's brandable and has a story, if you could, the importance for me, I guess, and it's the timing for me was good too. I let all of everything I built back in Valentis go at the end of New I hit my little peak of doing what we do, branding ourselves, being an entity out there that people could see everything. And I think my heart got crushed when I hit the top rank in a company fast, and I was holding off on magazines were wanting me to do that. You would talk to me and you're like, look, this is your time. You just hit the top of a company in 4 months. You need to show the world and toot your horn about it. This is what you're supposed to do. And I remember talking about it, and I wanted to, but I just kept on feeling, I was like, maybe I'll wait till a little bit more money comes in, a little bit more momentum, and I can bring people. And because of, missing that opportunity, I think I'll let my little flame, flicker and die too. 2.5 years. So Chris and I are sitting in the situation where, you know, we found, I mean, the perfect company. The owner is one of our best friends. The guy's a beast. Google, the coolest guy in Canada, that's the owner, right? So he's an SEO god. Sold Google to Google. He's created $1 million listing, launched with 20 products that just were stellar. Like the company's perfect. So for us I didn't want to emerge publicly, you know, globally, publicly, or out into the scene until I knew how I could do it and follow through with nothing but magic and gold. You know what I mean? And right now I'm in very much the same place as Chris is, trying to figure out how. It's just a matter of, if you're going to put an effort into doing it there, I would like to do it right. And I know that you're a master at that.
Yeah.
Right? There's no use going out and doing anything if you're going to do it half-assed. I'd rather, you know, take the time to build up and even plan out what's going to be my next month or two of, you know, like one of the things I loved about, I was trying to explain to Chris, the thing I discovered about you is why some of your lives were so amazing, because your lives weren't really alive. It was a live broadcast that was recorded. And then all of a sudden you rebroadcasted it live, and because I was like, man, how the fuck is he so smart? He's answering questions, and people are in there in the comments, and I'm like, I can't even see his little hands go. Like,
that's back in the old days.
Yeah, man.
I've evolved a lot.
Oh, I know, and you've evolved way beyond that. But even that alone was so innovative, right? And it was the right thing to do when you were doing the Facebook pixelations, and you were just slaying your list. Like, there's one thing to get out there and put in effort to get people to look at you or see you. I want to do that in a way where people can't look away. But at the same time, I want to figure out a way for Chris and I to do what you've done. Like, the biggest thing you were telling me before, and you were right, I couldn't see it. You're getting all these people to look at you, but what are you doing with that, right? Like, you can only talk or reply to a couple of them. You're not collecting data. You're not making your list at all, bro. You know, and you said that over and over again. You're doing a total and complete disservice to the effort.
Time,
but again, yeah.
It's a waste
you're the
of
only
time.
person that's ever, you're the only person that ever told me that, but you were right.
Like, I look at my days now, and I'm never there. It's important to not have to be there. We'll go through this, but I do have some questions. We'll keep going.
So, essentially, what we'd like to figure out and learn, and then, I mean, obviously, personally want to deploy it, make it work, and then prove it. And then, because we're in a company where, you know, it's our best friend and he'll allow us influence into anything like that, if we can prove it out, I trust you enough that we would you that to your business, right? And I think,
bro. I'm telling you, I gotta keep telling you this. I'm here to help you guys as best as I can. But I'm 100% retired. No, I don't. I'm done.
You don't have anything at all.
I say I'm retired. I mean, I'm not looking to make any more money. That's been taken care of. I do have income streams that are working.
Yeah.
They're working. I'm like,
yeah.
But why would I say that? We'll see. It's only because if there's anything can do for you, I'll do it. And it's going to be free. But I'm not at all looking to increase my work or start working again. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, I always like to offer whatever I can, right? But I'm in no way, shape, or form taking the foot off the gas when I'm going to poke at you and try and learn, because I want to. In order for,
I'll give you a solid plan today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I want to learn, and I think, I mean, from what I've seen from you doing with TikTok seems like if we're going to put effort anywhere, I'm going to do some video production. For us, the video production thing is, I like the idea. Imagine this: you got Chris's background, my background, and the first video I want to put out with us, like just video, not TikTok, is literally the boots on the ground, right? From his point of view to my point of view.
You want to sell more stuff? Like, what's the end goal? Because
end goal is people.
Don't let my actions today distract you. I do TikTok because it's fun. I'm retired. Some people look at what I do and they're like, will I be like a multi-millionaire if I do what he does? What you see and what actually happens in my business are completely different. So this is why we're going to get to the source. But
Yeah.
I need to know what you want to do. Do you want to make money? I'm guessing, right, guys?
So there's two parts to it. So one, make money through connectivity, right? So the back end stuff that you're talking about, 100%. The other part that may not seem income producing, but I still want to master is the TikTok type stuff, because I want to be able to brand us in a way where we're noticed, right? We're seen, and when we're seen, it's something that's professional. You know what I mean? Even if it is just fun on TikTok, I still want something that people go, hey, there's that guy, right? And I mean, that's the one thing that you did really well of. I couldn't get rid of you, right? Everybody's like, wow, this guy's popping up fucking everywhere. You know what I mean? I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about, but he's pretty funny, and I see him every fucking where I go. Well, eventually people ask, and it doesn't matter what business you're selling then, because you don't have to go push it. I don't want to be in a position where I'm chasing people. I'd rather be in a position where I'm just creating a following, or people that are tuning in, and eventually those relationships turn into the same question. What are you doing for money? Here's what I do for money, right? If it's for you, if it is, if it's not, that's good. We carry on. We're still friends. We're still supporting each other in a digital world.
What's your company? What's your MLM? What's the niche?
Newtonic wellness.
Newtonic.
Newtonic, and it's nutritional stuff?
Yes, wellness.
Wellness, beautiful. So it's an MLM. So I'm guessing there's two things you want to do: is sell more, get more customers, and get more reps, right?
Yes.
Because if I know the end goal, we work backwards. We
Yeah.
want to sell, we want to get more customers, and we want to get more reps, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what we want to accomplish. Therefore, we're going to work backwards. Instead of like thinking of TikTok or Facebook or Instagram and working them to doing certain things, we know the result is to sell more stuff, correct? We know that now, right? So what we need to do is build a list for that niche. That's the first thing, an email list. Because when you get an email list for that niche, Thomas and Chris, you start collecting leads, and it's extremely easy to do now. It's something I've specialized really on. Once you start collecting leads in that niche, emails specifically, we can talk about pixels as well if they just land on your page. Because what I do is I get people to land on a page, a specific page. I might as well say it all here, then we can dive deeper. If they land on my page and it's got an email form on my page, on that page, I've got 6 pieces of code in the code. It's very simple. I got the G tag, so I could show myself in their Gmail fucking inbox. I show myself on their YouTube searches. I show myself on their Google searches. I show up on their Pinterest because I got the Pinterest tag. I show up on their LinkedIn because I got the Insight tag. And I show up on their Facebook. And all that code is in the page. It's very simple code. I'll show you how to get it. Once you put that in there, they don't need to enter their email, and they cannot unsubscribe. So if they just go pick on my page and go away, they're going to see my face till the day they die, as much as I want to, and I can say what I want. So if they don't enter the email, it doesn't matter, because when I show myself in their if they land on my page one time, okay, they could land there from TikTok. Then they log into their Gmail and they see me. They're like, what the fuck? Then they go on their LinkedIn and there I am again. And they go, so in their ecosystem, I'm super famous. They think I'm everywhere, when in reality, I've just taken over their ecosystem, their space. So by seeing me over and over and over again, that's when I put out 6 life videos. Well, there's a ratio. 6 videos of value with no call to action. So for example, one of the benefits of your product would be what? Losing weight, would that be one of them?
Yes.
So I just use that. So what I do is you break down 7 benefits that your product does. Now here's the trick. Without mentioning the company or the product, you want to make a video with a solution that's general. So losing weight is generalized. So if you went on Google, how to lose 7 pounds in 7 days, an answer that's available on the internet, just something very general. The purpose of those videos is so that when they see you, wherever you put yourself, they say, holy shit, I like that Tommy guy or that Chris guy, or who's that guy? I keep seeing him, and what he said made a lot of sense. Now here's the trick, another trick. They're not going to take any action before 6 or 7 exposures. And we're separating ourselves as human beings because time is money. We don't need to call people anymore. We're in 2021. With those videos, over time, they're going to see you more and more and more giving value. And one video out of 8 will be a call to action. In that call to action, you're going to do a giveaway in terms of a PDF, gift cards are good, whatever you have to do to get their email. Just their email. No company mentioned at this point either. Once you get their email, you have your auto. Is it making sense, the flow so far? You with me?
Yes.
Once you get their email, you're golden, because in your autoresponder, you have pre-written autoresponders. And in those autoresponders, you can pitch your company all day long, and they're already pre-set up. So that's how this rolls. And if I join a company, well, when I join a company, or whenever I do anything at all, and I'm selling something, whether it's affiliate stuff, I always do this first. Because you were mentioning Valentis. How many people were on your team? About?
Valentis? I don't know, a lot.
Okay.
I should know this, but I don't remember because I
It's
haven't been
okay.
there for 3 years, bro.
It's okay, because I mean, before I was the entry point,
Yeah.
I built teams of tens of thousands. So look at
Yeah.
Lavelle Thrive, 11,000 people, and then a little conflict, like it always happens. And I said,
Yeah.
I'm packing it in. I'm not taking this shit, young guy, all egotistical, right? So I just kind of like walked away, and I'm like, I'm gonna start over. And the next time I did it, it was completely different because I got their emails. Now it's up to me what I want to show them. So
Mhm.
I'm literally building my email list before I put them in the MLM. So if you did something like that in anything you do, you're going to nurture them throughout the year, throughout the week. And the most powerful thing is to take about four of your 7 posts and just talk about yourself, because you become the currency then, Tommy or Chris. People start liking you.
Mhm.
And the more authentic you are about what you're doing, kind of like you do, bro. I see you on your Facebook Live. You're like, when I get pissed off, I get pissed off. I go, this fucking company pissed me off. I get in trouble for it. I try to tone it down a little bit. And as I go through my journeys,
Yeah.
I'm like, I've had it. I'm looking for something else.
Yeah.
Any ideas, anyone? And then my
Yeah.
freaking inboxes go crazy.
Yeah.
And I collect data too. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, what's good? And then when I choose a company or whatever I'm doing next, I go, we're meeting this Friday. It's like that because I'm collecting emails, they're buying into me, the person, and you become the currency. So when you join a company or you go somewhere, you got power, yo. It's different. It's like they look at you like, we can't have him leave. Or your value, your stock, your personal stock goes up because you own all these are your people and you're showing them the things. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's very powerful because if you want to have a webinar run, or if you have somebody you want to introduce a new product, or a lot of people are just hanging out in your email list, as long as you keep filling those emails, they'll just grow and grow and grow. And people that don't unsubscribe from your email list, it means wrong time, wrong place, wrong whatever.
Yeah.
But if you keep throwing in those calls to action, join us now. I've seen your videos a lot. You're very enthusiastic. You're going to get some of these people, you're going to get them at the right time on the right day. They may have had a bad day at work and they're like, this is it. I'm coming in now. Because there's nothing more dreadful or exhausting than trying to get one person and they say no. And because psychologically, they're not going to say yes the first time. If they do, it's an exposure thing, and that's exhausting as a human being to do, but that's the way it works. So it's much better to get their email and have them in those autoresponders. And if they unsubscribe, good. They were tire kickers anyways. You just save your energy and everything.
Yeah, you already know. Culling.
You know, does the flow make sense?
No, I like the idea. I mean, it's essentially what we do. Like I build CRM programs and funnel systems for auto leads. And it's a lot the same, because by the time that I've actually got somebody calling out, I've already qualified them, and you know they've got the right credit ratings, they've got the money. It's nows that they actually want to take it and make a purchase. So I'm not wasting my time, you know, reaching out and never getting no's. I'm essentially only responding to people that are in a hot market already. I've just not been able to figure out how to do it.
Watch how simple it is.
For this business.
Watch how simple it is. Do you have an autoresponder account with, I don't care, Aweber or...
Aweber. I signed up for one, yes.
Okay, here's what you do. Set up a list. Go set up a list, call it Newtonics, right? Oh, Newtonics. That is your, picture that like that's your bank account. Don't worry about the money coming in with sign-ups. Picture your Newtonics list in your Aweber as your bank account. So what you want to do is, there's a couple of things you want to do. Okay, it could be as simple as this, Tommy, because everyone uses the word funnel this, funnel that, funnel this. It's not that complicated. If you do a video, Tommy, if we're going to go at the complete base of what I'm saying, the simple road, then we could get more complex, but it doesn't get more complex. The only thing that gets more complex is the amount of traffic I send to that video. And that's, I use native ads and I use Facebook ads. We can talk about that if you want. But if you have a video where you're sharing your passion and you're saying, if you want to know more, click the link in the description. For some reason, those words, like that series of words works really well.
It works really well, yeah.
Just click the link in the description. Click the link in the description. Click the link in the description, because you could do cross platforms. It's not click the button. You don't say go up here, go down here. It'll pop up everywhere. Click the link in the description and get your free 7-step, the 7 things, the 7 reasons why you are not losing any weight in these hard times of COVID. That's a great one.
Yeah.
Everything's important. So that's maybe has nothing to do with Newtonics, but that doesn't matter. It's a wellness, you cover the wellness niche. So these are people who want to lose weight. So when I said think of the benefit that your product does, you're going to find 7 of them. More energy may be one of them. So then you would say, you know, you want to start off with a story. If you look at my content, I go, I woke up this morning and I could not get my ass out of bed. I was dragging out of bed. I go, I found out 3 things that I changed immediately and I couldn't believe it. I'm jumping out of bed right now. Click the link in my description and there's a PDF right there. See how
And relatable. That's relatable. I like that.
See how quick that was? It's a short video. I put that up on Facebook. You're going to get conversions to your list. You have to stop thinking about making the sale into Newtonics. Get them on your Aweber list. So here's how you do that. You've got your list called Newtonics in Aweber. Simple. An Aweber account's $50-$60 a month. I think up to 10,000 emails, 10,000 people. That's a good launch. I mean, you could build that. You're only paying $50 a month. So if you look at the costs, it's not rocket science at this point. Go into your Aweber menu and go to Build Page. Build Page. Make this extremely simple for you guys, because you do not need to go get lead pages. You do not need to get anything. Go to Aweber, Build Page, upload your image, keep it neutral. What you can do, since you can have as many as you want, if you're putting up a PDF with 3 ways to get energy, 5 foods you should not eat. Just upload a cool image for the background that's congruent with what you're saying. So if you're talking about more energy, put someone, the more painful the image is, actually, here's a trick for you. The more painful it is, like the need to avoid pain is a greater motivator to take action than the need to gain pleasure. So instead of saying, get more energy, you'll feel great, say, if you don't get more energy, the girls are going to think you're a slob, or you'll never get the girl you dreamed of. Or that's just like, you're targeting to single people. That's a good one too. So, but in general, make it painful. Have somebody who looks tired at their desk as the background image on your capture page, instead of somebody with a lot of energy.
What kind of page is this?
It's Aweber. It goes, just go in your Aweber, you build a list called Newtonics. Step 1, build with that list. When you have that list up there, you want to put, are you in Aweber now? I think it says build page. Well, you'll see it. It's obvious. There's 2
So
options.
it's all connected to Facebook at all, though? Like it's just a separate...
No, not connected to Facebook. Here's what happens. In your Facebook video, you put the link to the video you're putting, because in the video, you say, click the link in the description. And when they click the link in the description, that goes to your Aweber page, fancy schmancy page, where they enter their email. Okay? And now in your emails in Aweber, you want to pre-write a good 20 of them. And there you could pitch like a madman. You could say, we started a company, come to a webinar. If you want to go really, I'm going to give it all to you right here, okay? I mean, you can say this.
You said something, what, 20? I'm sorry, you said 20? You want to create 20 what?
20 autoresponders.
Okay, 20 auto.
Yeah, so I have them all built in. So if anyone subscribes to any of my lists tomorrow, they get a message saying, hi, I'm Mark. I was homeless once and I clawed my way. I start off with a get to know you to warm them up. And then I filter them out right away if they unsubscribe. Then well, for me, it's a variety of things. I sell a lot of shit. Like, I won't lie to you. Every 3rd email, I'm selling something. Always. Because it works. You know, I'll say 2 things about, what are my things? Like one of my blog posts is that's working really well right now is I made $1 million at 21 years old and blew it all by 23 on. Like, that's just me being real. But then they're like, that's a really good one, because they're like, this dude is freaking nuts. Like, he's real, he's authentic. And when they go to that video, I get, they latch on. And I've only noticed that because you can see the open rates, right? And then I'll do another one that says, what are the pitches I have? Well, I sell a lot of digital courses that are pre-built, for example. Like I've got digital courses, but if I want to sell something, like I sold a Tony Robbins book, for example, just for the affiliate commission, and just one email was like $30,000. And it has nothing to do with the book itself. It's an awesome book. It helped me a lot. You guys can pick it up. My affiliate link is here. And because it's my people, I could switch it up as much as I want. But the autoresponders, I would put some autoresponders of your company, whatever it is your pitch, whatever it is you tell people, tell me when you meet them. It's an opportunity, ground floor, top of the distribution channel, more energy. If you do a story in your emails, here's a little bit of email marketing. This is important, actually. To increase your open rates, you have when you open up your inbox, you decide whether you want to open that email or not, right? You have 2 subject lines right there. You have 2 opportunities. What I mean by that is you have your subject line, and then the first line of text in your email, you can see it without opening it. People fuck this up. They just don't know. So what you want to do, you don't want to say, hey, this is Mark, it's Tuesday. And then you don't want to start off with like, Mark here, it's Tuesday. Like, don't do that. You continue it. Because your only goal in your email is to get the person to the next line. Next line. If you see my emails now, I'm saying a story for the first 3 lines. Like, I woke up and I wanted to, whatever. I mean, and I go dot, 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 next line, dot, 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 next line, dot, 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 and then whatever I want them to do.
Yeah.
What's the best thing, guys? The best thing to do is invite them to something you're about to do and then close them. Like, instead of saying, come into my company, buy my product, you'll see, well, you see me do this all the time. Any of my videos now, any of my emails, I rarely sell in the email. I say, this Friday, 8 o'clock, limited seating, opportunity of a lifetime, but I get them to show up at a webinar that I'm doing on Friday. And in that webinar, it's a lot easier and more rewarding. You know what we do in that? What I used to do is we go up to people and we sell them on the idea, the vision, the product. We want to partner up with them. Essentially, is what we want to do. When you do that to a room of 50 people, or even 10 people, or 30 people, you're doing the same thing. Whether you're doing it to one person or many people. So instead of doing it every freaking day to different people, do it once a week and get more people to show up that one time. So far, so good. You with me? So all of your emails could say, P.S. this Friday, P.S. this Friday. Don't put the date, put this Friday, because it doesn't matter when they pop into your autoresponders. It's this Friday. So every Friday, what's going to happen is you're going to start with maybe 10 people, 20 people. The Friday after that, 50 people, because a lot of people are going to see it and they're going to be like, I don't want to go to your thing on Friday. But then after a week or 2 weeks, you know, I'm getting used to this. I'm getting used to this. Maybe I'm getting used to this. I'm getting used to this guy throwing in value every now and again. And you could broadcast, which is important. If you stick with trends going on in the world, super powerful. If you see something like the vaccine shit there, you were saying, just write out an email. Say, these are my thoughts. And, you know, storytell, do what you do. And by doing that, they're going to be like, it's always saying this Friday, this Friday. People are going to go to this Friday on different Fridays. So what you've just done there is, instead of calling a ton of people all the time and using up your valuable time, because time is like, I protect my friggin' time nowadays, you're just doing one presentation every Friday. And if people contact you and say, I want to know more, or what is it you're doing? What do you say? Come this Friday. You listening? So it becomes a Friday thing for you. Now, I will go the extra step because we've come this far, but is that kind of clear so far what's going on?
100%.
Okay, now I will throw the kicker. Not the kicker, the bonus. Because I literally, like, oh, by the way, we're good for another 25 minutes, so we're good. I scheduled our time because I know you like to ramble. I'm at a point right now, guys, where what's more important to me than money, I'm good with money. What's more important to me than anything is my time. My time. So I don't even, since just recently, well, maybe 2 years now, instead of having the Friday webinar, I pre-recorded to look live. Remember when you said I used to make my videos look live when I wasn't really there?
Yeah.
Well, I've mastered that in webinar with the fake chat and all that shit. So when people, it's crazy. I think I got the best system for it right now. It's Webinar Jam. I pre-populate the fucking chat. So when I'm talking, I'm going, hey, Bobby, how's it going? Where are you guys from? And it's like, I'm from Tennessee. I'm like, how's Tennessee today? So I'm like, this is advanced, though. Like, I actually do it. Like, when I pre-record, this is advanced, but still, I'm going to tell you how I could, like.
How are you populating the chat coming from a fake account, or? No,
here's how it works. Now we're getting advanced. You guys understand the general concept, right?
For sure.
So just to be clear at this point, having people show up spending your time on content, sending them to a PDF, collecting emails, creating videos is a lot easier than talking to people. Creating videos and doing one Friday webinar, right off the bat, you're better than 99% of marketers out there, right? Just with that. Because you show up on Friday and you've got new people all the time. Most marketers would kill for that. Like they can't even get like 50 people on their presentation. No, people are not going to do the work for you. You know this already. You may have a couple of people that are going to work in your organization, but if you want shit to happen, you got to do it, right?
Yeah.
Like some of them will pop, but come on, let's be real. You're responsible. So by doing this, you've got at least people in the seats. So then you're freaking motivated, correct, to do the presentation, right?
Yeah.
So right there, you're ahead of the game. The only thing you got to work on is sending more traffic to your video, because Facebook and that doesn't do nothing. You got to do paid ads if you want to drive traffic to the video, to the PDF. Like right now, I'm doing, just right now, to give you an idea, 3,000 leads a day I get right now. 3,000, 4,000, some days 5,000. You can't do that on social media. It's impossible. Even I have 130,000 TikTok followers, not even touching that. So I got to do paid ads and scale those, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the traffic part. But the guts of it, I shared with you. Now you can fine tune that. You got to get traffic there. I use ads for that. That's another little skill on its own. But even if you were not using ads and you were not using an automated webinar, even if you were not, you're still ahead of the game, right? You're focused on collecting emails and making videos. Once you set up your Aweber and you have a link to send people to and make a crazy little PDF, just make a PDF that they download. It's super easy. Once you have that set up, it'll take you the weekend. Then all you got to focus on is putting out the content and putting out videos. And at the end of every video, say, click the link in the description and then whatever that capture page is going to, get more energy. How I get more energy? To stop feeling so tired in these COVID times or whatever. Or if you're
how do they log into your webinar on Friday? So it's going to be on Aweber. If that's the link that they're going to.
Okay, we understand the shell of it, right? What's going on? Now we're going to find, it's like now we've created a Ferrari. That's the Ferrari. Now if we know how to drive that Ferrari, we're winning Grand Prix. So we have the Ferrari, the machine's there. Now, if you really want to drive it and drive it well, automated, let's start with the presentation. That would be a Zoom, traditionally speaking, just like this, okay? 50 people show up, they're all there, you do your presentation. If people are showing up from your email list, if people are showing up on this Friday thing, you're going to get a 20% sign up all the time. And then you could say, get your people to invite people to the Friday webinar. Like you can extend to that because you're doing a Friday thing. It'll be kind of a branded thing. People will know every Friday. Then you could think out of the box with your team and say, invite everybody. And in your webinar, because what I do is I say, sign up here, click here, go here, hit distributor, join the company group. There's your leader, contact them. So when I set this up with the company, I don't do, like I'm not present. They join, they get plugged into the group. That's all automated. But if you're building in person, well, then you wouldn't say, click here. You would say, get with the person who invited you here. So then you could tell your whole team about this tool. And for your team, from a building standpoint, it's a lot easier to get Sally from Nebraska, who's too shy to sell to people. It's a lot easier to get her to invite to a webinar than it is for her to get her into Newtonics. So now you're going to start getting duplication. So the only thing you're going to be doing is still doing the Friday Zoom. You'll have to upgrade your account. Like this one holds 500, this Zoom. So you just pay Zoom. It's an extra $50. Then you can go 500 on the Zoom. And I mean, the possibilities become endless after that. Like you could use your imagination after that, but you wouldn't be able to do this unless you had the Ferrari that I just explained. Making sense?
So with your, no, with the webinars that you do on Friday,
Yeah.
where does it, at that point, where does it sit? Do you leave it on multiple platforms to be found again, or?
Here's where the Zoom that I told you of, is that part clear? The non-automated, that's clear, right? You have a Zoom link in your
Yeah.
email that says this Friday at 8 p.m. If that's
Yeah.
in your emails, all you got to do is turn on your Zoom every Friday, and people will be like, oh, that part's clear. Right?
Automatically within Zoom, it runs that for you. And you may not.
No, we're not talking automated here.
Okay.
But that part, we have to understand the non-automated before we get
Okay.
into the
That's
automated.
not automated. Okay.
So the not automated, we all understand that, right?
Yes.
Okay. The automated is a whole different skill set. I will tell you what it is. I'll tell you exactly how I do it. But keep in mind, it is a skill set. I'll tell you how to do it. I'll tell you how to do it. Tell me what you think. I use a program called Webinar Jam. It's made to upload pre-recorded videos. And it also has a chat. So when people show up on your pre-recorded video and they start chatting, they're going to see themselves. I don't want to go too overcomplicated, but I could pre-populate the chat. Fake. You with me?
Brilliant. It's brushing effect. It makes you look big and it excites people.
And
Because they're like, oh shit, there's people here.
So, a couple of things. You can adjust the number that are on live right now, and you could adjust it so it has a natural up and down curve of a natural webinar. So you'll see like 120 people, 121, 128, then it'll go down to 126, 124. You adjust that, and it's called the natural attendee curve. So as people are on, it doesn't just stay at 120. It goes up and down. So people.
It's called Webinar what?
Webinar Jam.
Jam.
Yeah, EverWebinar. EverWebinar is a component of Webinar Jam. We'll go into the details in a sec if you want to, but I want to just tell you the whole picture here. So I upload a video. I could pre-populate the chat to make it look as live as possible. And here's what I've mastered. I've mastered the art of making something look live when it's not. You know this from back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Now I brought it to a whole other level. So here's what I do. I'll be like this. I'll be like alone in my office. I have to take out the acting chops. I know you're an actor. You understand what I'm saying. So I'll be like this. I'll be like, hey, happy Friday, everybody. What's up? I see Kathy. I see George. I see whoever. And I start saying names.
Yeah.
Not written down. I just make them up as I go. I go, oh, George, where are you guys from? Oh, I see New York. I just do it. And then once I've done it all, I go, oh, George is joining us tonight. Who's in? And at the end, I go, who's in? I go, George is joining at the Silver Pack. Let's all give George a hand. That's right. So I do that whole recording, and then I rewatch my recording at home, and I go at 1 minute 20, I say, hi, George. I write it all down. I type it all out. At 3 minutes and 84 seconds, George says he's from Tennessee. And so I write all the times. Then I go into the software, and you get to type in the person's name and what they say at whatever times. It's a lot of work. Well, awesome. So when you rewatch it, if you go to like my TikTok webinar, I've got 3 happening live every day. They're running every day live. If you were to go, let me show you. Let me share my screen. Watch this.
Yeah.
Watch this. So if people go right here. Okay, I'm going to take a piss. I'll be right back, okay?
All right, we'll watch. I love this. Fuck, you're awesome. What the fuck?
Hold on, I'll be right back. Give me a sec.
Okay, we're watching. Oh, God, I was just thinking about being able to populate.
Yeah, you're going to freak out. You're going to freak out when you see this. This is why when people say, they say, do you want to make more money? I'm like, I'm good. Like, just, I don't slow. This is how you make millions, tens of millions per year. It's ridiculous. It's because it scales. You're never there. All you're doing is, if you have an ad that works, sends people to your email list, you know, at the end of the day, I put in $100 in ads. I made $300 at the end of it all. I'm going to put 10 grand in ads. You see what I'm saying? It scales.
Yeah.
That's how you make $1 million a day, bro. I'm just saying it's not hard work once you have it set up. People, so you ready to be blown away?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you the whole funnel. It's not complex. What I do right now is I send people to my blog, but sending people to this is outside. What on my blog, I have a video and it sends them to one of my live events, okay? So it goes attend some of Mark's live events, and I have strong calls to action, but I also have ads that go to these. So live events starting soon, okay? I'm going to go to the TikTok one because right now this is making fucking multiple 7 figures per year right now. So if they go here, this is what they see. See how it says starting in 9 minutes at the bottom?
Yeah.
I'm going to click play. So if you guys see this all, you'll get, your brains will start going. I promise you. You probably won't be able to sleep tonight. So they go here. And remember, this is coming from an autoresponder. I get their email first. And in every email, I say, come to my, instead of saying every Friday, I say I do these 3 times a day. Watch. Make sure you can hear my sound. Here we go. I hate TikTok, but I love TikTok. TikTok is like a drug, and you have 2 choices. You can be the addict or you can be the dealer. The addict, TikTok audience, will fall victim to their time being wasted, and they won't even realize it. The dealer, TikTok creator, will have the ability to influence, help people, spread positivity, become famous, and yes, make tons of freaking money. So, which do you prefer? I prefer creator. I choose dealer. Only problem is your first 10,000 followers. Yep. If you have less than 10,000 followers, you are wasting your time creating content on TikTok. No one will ever see it. You'll be wasting your time, your energy, and even worse, you're going to think that your content is not good, which is not the case. The odds of your content going viral on TikTok are just as likely as getting hit by lightning. It happens, but very rarely. And if it does happen, it's extremely difficult to replicate that process and have it happen again. However, if you have 10,000 followers, your followers are going to push your content to the 2nd or even possibly the 3rd tier of TikTok, and then the TikTok algorithm is going to play in your favor. I don't care if you have a business, if you're trying to sell more stuff, if you want to spread your message, or simply if you want to have a large following for ego purposes. You need those initial 10,000 followers. I know how to do this, and I know how to get 10,000 followers in 10 days at the rate of 1,000 per day. I am hosting 3 live events every single day for absolutely free, where I'll teach you to get 10,000 followers in 10 days, guaranteed. So join me by either tapping or clicking on the link in the description, or tapping/clicking on the register button on the registration page, assuming you're on that page right now. That button would be right at the bottom of the page. I'll see you in a bit. I got 3 of these to do per day. And oh yeah, one sec. If the times on the registration page do not work for you, simply come back to the registration page on a day that suits you, and the times are going to be updated automatically. The registration page address will always be 10kfollowersin10days.com, and the times will always be refreshed on that day. For the record, I brought my own TikTok account at The Wealthy Trainer on TikTok from 200 followers to over 10,000 in 10 days, and went on to pass 100,000 in only a couple of weeks, all using the strategies that I will teach you in this free live event that I'm hosting 3 times per day. So I will see you there. What are you waiting for? Click the link in the description or the register button on the registration page. See you there. Bye-bye. Okay, a couple of things to note, guys, is that you notice how you can imagine what you can do for your product in that format, right? Like this is for, I do this format, I make pain. I basically said you're wasting your time on TikTok if you're not taking this free webinar. That's the lesson here. Now look, see the times here? And I've also said click the link in the description or the button on the page, because I could use this for ads. That's what I use as my ad. So they may not see the button on the page. They'll click the link in the description and end up here or in my autoresponder. Make sense so far?
Yes.
So right now, look, if I refresh this after 4 minutes, all these times update. That's Webinar Jam that does that. I'm going to go. Oh, shit. One is starting in 4 minutes. That's what everybody thinks. They're like, I'm hopping on this right now. Super powerful. It's called the just-in-time feature, which sets it up with their country time, because a lot of people are not going to show up on Friday. Let's be real. They're going to book it. But if it's right now, they're on the internet anyways. They're just going to go like this. Check it out. See how real this looks, eh? They're going to select a date. They could do one in 3 minutes, in 15 hours, or in 19 hours. Let's say they go to the one starting in 3 minutes. We're going to attend it right now, so you see what my chat looks like. Guess where this goes? This goes into my autoresponder. I just collected.
Wow.
So they go like this. Okay. Now watch when they go here. A couple of things you may want to note. They go here, register. It goes, your unique webinar link is included below. So they could come in right away. You hear what I'm saying? Instead of you being live, I'm not live here. You guys with me so far, right? I'm going to click that and check it out. Starts in 3 minutes. How cool is how cool
They
is that?
they think that they're about to tune into you live. That just caught you, super excited, calling their friends. He's about to be live in 3 minutes.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, I have their focus. Now, again, this is the advanced way, automated. But we're going to wait 2 minutes there. We're going to see what it looks like. And you're going to see how even the pros, I've had professionals look at this and I go, try to find out if it's live or not. And they're like, I can't. You've covered all the bases. So I just want to show you what's possible, because like I said, this is running as if I'm doing 3 per day. This is the intense way, okay? But you're going to see what it looks like. We got 2 minutes to wait. So if you have any questions, guys, so far.
And then, so how often do you freshen up the content that's in there?
I don't. This is right. This is an income stream.
Yeah.
This is like $1 million. Yeah. No,
So,
this is-
because you wouldn't have to, essentially, because once they've already been there, you've already done your task. That email is now yours. And it
Yeah,
doesn't matter if they came back.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is targeted to people on TikTok. This one, but this is how I build everything.
Yeah.
If I join an MLM, I'll be #1 in a week. I'm in the whole company simply because I use this method. The webinar would be tailored to get people in the MLM. Everything you saw would be tailored for whatever you're trying to do. You'd have to fill in those blanks.
Yeah.
But the blueprint. This is the blueprint. This is not a 7. Yeah, go ahead.
You mentioned 20 auto responders. Is that just because it gives more variety in the rotation?
Yeah, that's the reason you want to do that, is because you want to get people to, you don't want to have commission breath. You don't want to always be pushing to show up at your webinar.
Right.
And you want them to get to know you a little bit. That's number 2. And number 3, you want to provide value in the wellness niche without targeting your product, because you come off as a wellness guru of some sorts.
Okay.
So yeah, but the autoresponders, like I said, they go to your Friday meeting, but this is the next level up where it's automated. you'd have the same thing in your autoresponder, except it would go here instead of a Zoom. So when I'll just show you guys a little bit of the beginning so you see how the hard work of pre-programming that chat. And remember I said the attendee numbers? So we got 9 seconds. You guys excited to see me live? You guys, are you excited? We're all attending. We're all attending. There we go. It's going. And it's
we're attending you live together with you.
Yeah, this is my twin. My twin's doing a live right now. We're all watching him. So this is happening right now, guys. There's people every minute of every day buying my course. This thing comes in. I sell hundreds of courses per day. So this is always running. Like right now, as we're watching, there's people watching it too. They're all at like minutely different times, right? Because whenever they landed on the page. So it tells them this.
Hi, I'm getting big. I'm going to get big.
Look at the chat.
Let me take a breath. I'm a little nervous.
Look at the
I'm going to
chat.
throw out my gum. I'm going to do all that stuff. I'm going to put on my mic.
I'll let him play for a bit,
We have
but
over
observe what's
200
going on.
People. Yo, it's our biggest turnout yet. Okay, now I'm getting
And I'm
nervous.
acting, by the way. There's nobody there as I did this
Get up
initially.
here and get the lights on. I don't keep this on all day because all day and all night because we're doing 4 per day. I'm going to chill. Yo, you guys want some TikTok followers or what? Yeah, that's a bright light. So, how's that look? We good? We good? We good? We good? We good? We good? I think we're good. Hey, how's it going? Let me put the timer up and let me get in the little box at the bottom of the screen. You guys want some TikTok followers? Is that what you're here for? Yes, we're live, Marianne. How's it going, Marianne? Hilda, what's up? Tyler, Elmo. Where are you from? Where are you guys from? Houston, Texas. Elmo from Houston, Texas.
Look, I'm
What's
talking
up?
and it matches up with
How's
what
the
they're
hair?
saying.
Okay, you guys don't know me, so I go off the cuff a little bit, but I'll try to keep this one really short. I will take a breath because I'm doing so many of these per day. I think we're up to 4 of these per day. I'm teaching so many people how to get 1,000 TikTok
Check out the
followers
comments,
per
guys,
day.
as
Is
I'm
that what you
talking.
guys
It's
want?
freaky.
Is that why you're here? I hope so. So I'm going to go through a bunch of stuff.
Love the hair.
And I have all these notes.
I love the comment. I love the hair.
Where it's going to be quite structured. If you don't know me, you can
It's just
look me
blowing
up
up.
afterwards. I'm The Wealthy Trainer. You can go to thewealthytrainer.com. I'm not going to talk about myself today anytime on these TikTok webinars because all I want to do is teach you guys for free how to get 10,000 TikTok followers in 10 days because I did it. So I need to start a timer while you guys are coming in because I'm going to give you guys another 5 minutes to come in and then we go hard, okay? So I'm going to test my screen. I'll go like this, I'll go like this, I'll go like this, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. I'm in the little corner, right? Okay, I see Pearlie, I see Sharon, I see Roland, I see Millie, I see Luella, I see Ruben from Garland, Texas.
Now,
Where are you
guys,
guys
watch
from?
what
Tell
I
me where you're
do.
from.
I'm in the live.
Please.
Watch what
I
I
wanna see
do.
where you're
Watch what
from. Buffalo,
happens
New York.
when I
Shirley, how's
contribute
it
to the
going?
chat. Watch this.
Okay, I'm excited, guys, because this is it's the most direct training I've ever done. Now we have 4 minutes and 28 seconds on the clock.
I just put
I'm
down,
in the
hey,
little
hey,
corner,
hey, hey,
correct?
hey. Watch what
Can
happens.
you guys please let me know?
See the way it
Just
went
say
up in
yes,
the
you're in
chat
the
there?
little corner. And
See the way it
now
went
if
in
I go
there?
like this,
It went in there. So people
Yeah.
that
big again.
people that attend,
Now if I go like this,
I can't stop this either.
I'm
I
in the
can't
corner
pause it or
again.
nothing because
Right?
it's live, right?
Please let me know in
Yeah.
the chat. We're
I
going
can't
to
mute it. I can't do
this in
anything.
a
So
sec. So how I went, well, let me
I can't
take
pause
myself
it. So,
off
and I can't mute
completely
it because
I
it's
want to
live.
read to
So
you
what I'll
guys
do is,
why you're here. I'm letting you know why
Um,
you're here.
do you want me to stop it, guys?
There we go. I'm gone.
Let's watch a little more.
I'm reading the description.
Well, you know what? I'll stop it.
At
'Cause
the
I can't-
bottom
you can't,
of-
there we go. Because you can't stop a live. That's how live it's made. You can't stop it. So
Yeah, that's actually broadcasting right now.
what's that?
That's actually broadcasting right now. We just hopped on.
Oh yeah, even if I'm not there, it's going. Like
So,
so here's a couple of things, just, and then I know you'll have a lot of questions. A couple of things are, the person who attends the chat can contribute to the chat like I just did, but the other people are not going to see that comment. Only they will. So if somebody says, this fucking sucks, you're a scammer, nobody will see that except themselves. Only if I approve it from my back office, because every day I go in my back office, there's thousands of new comments. I delete them all, but if there's good ones, like I just bought the course, I'm excited, I can approve those with time and delete the ones that I created. So over time, they're all real fucking people and real comments. Makes sense?
wow.
It's fucking ninja, bro.
Holy shit.
Like this year is going to be like an $11 million year, and I'm still living in this condo wearing fucking cutoffs. And that's why when people say, do you want to learn how to make more money? I'm like, no, just leave me alone. I'll help some friends of mine, but I don't even do coaching anymore. I'm busy doing nothing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, man. I mean, you're living.
You guys can ask as many questions as you want. I'll stay on for another half hour with you guys.
It's so what?
Your camera's off, eh, bro?
What's that? Yeah, I'm just running around the kitchen right now. My question is, how much time? So how many videos would you put up per week? Would you just keep the same ones there so you don't have to, like, how often do you have to make content?
I don't do that anymore, bro. I just run ads.
So let me go back to because I think there's a couple different things that I'm looking at here. I signed up for the Octo. I went and did the Octo where the 5,000 put in the Pitch Fest, and it did the coupon. Okay, I've just listened to the first seminar. First seminar.
So you fell into another funnel of some kind, another.
Yeah, okay. And so I'm doing the first video, which is basically like just talking about it's talking about the level 1 video versus the level 10 video. You did the difference was one is very personal. It's unedited.
Oh my God, you've been consuming my content.
Yeah, well.
What's
right?
that? Well, what course is that? Content creators?
I think so. I mean, yeah. I went to...
couple of things to keep in mind, Chris. I have over the past 6 years, I've got 1,200 videos of different things I talk about and teach.
Okay, so you're not going to... Okay, so what I'm thinking here is... We've got access to a lot of that teaching, so we can plug in a lot of that and going back. Would that be a helpful course to go through, or not?
No, not for you guys.
Okay.
Because I always ask what the goal is. Well, I don't anymore, but for you guys, the blueprint I laid out today.
Okay.
Is basically what you saw with the TikTok thing with your company. Collect emails, send them to a Friday meeting to recruit more reps or to make more sales. And you would not deviate from that. Because if you look at my courses, my passion is getting famous, like globally famous, like Gary Vaynerchuk, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So I talk about that a lot. Like Octo content is about that, building a list of 1 million followers. That's what I work. That's for me. A lot of the stuff I teach is not tied to sales. Some of it is. That's why I asked you guys, what do you guys want to accomplish? You guys want to get, so in that case, your list would be tailored to what you're trying to do with Newtonics. If you look at content creators level 1 to level 10, that's a course that teaches people how to make videos. So, because there's so many skills that people require in this industry, that creating videos is a challenge. If you look at a shitty video, nobody's going to register for your webinar. If you look at a well-crafted video, you'll get a ton of registrations. And the content itself is a skill. Like when I say I make it super short and super painful if they don't take action, that's like a skill within the skill. Because you guys know how the machine works, but if you have a shitty video saying, come to my webinar, you're going to get, if you start saying, our product is the best product on the market, they don't care about that. We have the best ingredients on the planet, they don't care about that. But if you say, if you craft a good piece of content, are you sick and tired of your ex-girlfriend, or are you sick and tired of looking like shit? That's very blunt, but you get the idea in the copy, right? Just do anything to get them on that email list. That's step one.
Okay.
That's, yeah.
So you're going up and you're creating video. So is there now the content creators? That's available, but so you're saying that video should it be a 3-minute video?
Good question. For the ad itself, yeah, 1 to 3 minutes is the sweet spot. 1 minute is 1 to 3 minutes would be exceptional.
Okay, so you've got that video. You run it. You advertise it. And in the description, you place the link to.
Here's the ninja method to that, Chris. You create 20 pieces of content. Your only goal is to get them to show up on Friday or sign up for this webinar. That's your only goal. So what's the best way to get them there? Well, this is the point where you create all these autoresponders. So when someone enters their email for the 5 tips to get more energy, or like we said, once they go into your email responder, you're going to see in your back office which one they respond the best to. But at the end of the day, they're going to jump on at a certain time when the time is right for them, when you're hitting them at the right time, or maybe one of the emails will make Chris show up, but Thomas won't care about that topic. But another email will make Thomas show up and not Chris, which is why instead of counting on one video, I said, try to create 20, even if they're text-based. Like, I mean, some of my best performing ones are the ones I didn't think would perform well, and they're not videos. They're like, I'm about to take over world domination, top of the distribution channel, show up on the webinar, and I'll explain everything. I'm like, that took me 7 minutes to write that email, and that's the one that people are coming to the most. So when you do Newtonics and you say the benefits of the product, you always want to say, click this link to come to our Friday webinar. All roads lead to that webinar. So the means to make it happen, you have to take a lot of stabs at that. But the way you get around that is by having those autoresponders, because it takes the guesswork out of it. If I just had one video and I say, I hope this works for people, that sucks. If you have 40 videos, one of them is going to strike a chord at the right time.
Yeah.
You just you took all the uncertainty. It's measurable success at that point. You're going to know after 1 month, you're going to know that if I get 100 emails, on my list, I got 18 distributors, I got 4 distributors. That will show up real quick. And then all you do is you adjust your budget to get more people's emails. So instead of focusing on all the shit that's already pre-built, you may throw in an extra email, like I said earlier, one about the vaccine, one about COVID has got the economy and frazzled their. If you're feeling like the economy is affecting you, we have a better way. Show up on Friday. So you could broadcast that to your list. And if it's a good one, you add it to your autoresponders. There's no limit to autoresponders. But at the end of the day, it's very hard to master the perfect video because we don't know what the perfect video is. We don't care about how good we look or if what we say is accurate. All we care about is it making people show up on Friday? Because on Friday, you got this. Making the sales is not the hard part, by the way. Getting them to show up is the hard part. If they're going to show up on your webinar, 90% of the battle's done. Just do a decent job selling. It's true.
Yeah.
Like the people that show up on the TikTok webinar, it's unbelievable how many. You're going to tweak things as you go, but there's so many advantages. Go ahead, ask.
Okay, so I want to go back to the platform for the video that says to TikTok. Is that because there's so many people out there on TikTok, and like on Facebook, really the only people I'm going to see are my 5,000, whereas TikTok, it's going to have more of an audience?
Great question. Let me explain what I do. This is what I do as Mark Lalonde. I go where the money is. That's this. If I see something and I ask the people, I'll explain what I mean by this. I find out what people want and I give it to them and I sell it to them, Instead of having a thing and trying to make them buy my thing, I find out what they want and I create it and I sell it to them because they asked for it. So here's what I mean by that. TikTok just came out a couple of years ago. I had no intention on going on that damn thing. But I'm like, it's bananas. I uploaded a video. It got 1.8 million views. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's 1.8 million people. What the hell? That's like, they're people. So I'm going to do a work from home thing. Surely there'll be people who want freedom to work from home, entrepreneurship, right? It's 1.8 million people. I'll take 1% of those people buy a work from home course or an MLM, right? Wrong. You know why? Because they don't care about that. You know what they care about on TikTok? More followers. I didn't know that. I'm like, followers don't mean shit, but I don't care what they need. I care what they want. What do they want to pay me for? And I just kept seeing it. More followers, more followers, more followers. So what did I do? I figured out how to get more followers and I turned it into a course. And then as soon as I said, who wants more followers? They go, me. In the tens, hundreds of thousands, I'm like, I got to create that course because that's why TikTok, because right now it's the craziest thing in the news and everywhere. And it's easy to get a lot of views and because that's what they want. So that funnel is like, it's not my life. It's just another $1 million income stream for me. And what I do is I'm always sniffing around. I'm not going to lie. I'm always kind of looking around. If something pops up and I see a pocket of money right there, well, then I'll probably not anymore, but that's how that was built. I just used what I know, created an autoresponder for that list, which is the webinar. They go on the webinar and then they get pitched to show up at the webinar all the time. So that's all that does. Does that mean, I just want to explain why TikTok, because I throw ads to that webinar, but the ads could be anywhere. My Facebook ads are super simple. It's that video you just saw. This is how simple this is. Is the video you just saw targeted to, in Facebook ads, interest TikTok, interest entrepreneur. They're the only people who are going to see it. And I don't want to do just interest TikTok because kids are not going to buy my course. And I don't want to put interest, just entrepreneur, because they don't want TikTok. Once you combine those in the ad in the back office, it's only shown to people who have the entrepreneur interest and the TikTok interest. They're going to see my video. And, well, I mean, I could go a little deeper because, I mean, I'm pretty technical at this point. If people watch 3 seconds of that video on Facebook, they fall into a Facebook custom audience. They're pixeled in Facebook, so they keep seeing that ad until they show up on my webinar every morning.
How does that work?
Okay. It's called an engagement ad in Facebook. So the way it works is you upload your video to a business page, create a Facebook business page. There's a lot of information, eh? You don't need all this. These are, like, I'm giving you everything, but it doesn't take that to build a team of 100,000 people. But if you do all these things I'm telling you, you're just going to dominate whatever you're doing. Like
And then you have control to keep going everywhere. This is my thing. I've built those teams 3 times, but I didn't collect the data that you did. So
Yeah.
like, I'm still, you know, I'm a month into a new launch, and every day I remember somebody that was on my fucking team, right? But it shouldn't have to be like that. If I had them into something where, like, literally every week I'm doing training seminars for my team already, right?
Tom,
But if I kept up doing this, I'd never have to do that.
don't even worry about the people from the past. There's so many fucking fish in the sea. Okay.
For sure, but if you're collecting them, what I'm saying is, if you're collecting like you are now, it doesn't matter. It's just it's still going out to them too, and more people.
Yeah.
I've never collected the data before, so I haven't actually made use of the contacts I've made.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the key here. But there's a lot of what we talked about tonight. What is it? You're in Vancouver?
Well, Kelowna right now, it's 4:00.
Okay. No, so it's like, yeah, there's a lot there, but with this, you don't want to know how hard this was to figure out. Like,
yeah, you were getting into the business Facebook page, so I upload a video.
Yeah, here's how that works. You upload a video on your Facebook page.
Yeah.
So you can. It's so simple, bro. People overcomplicate this. You don't need to be a Facebook ads master. You go boost post. When you boost post, you go engagement ad. Engagement, that's what it's called, an engagement video ad. And when you place that ad, you also want to create a custom audience. So you have that custom audience. So let's call your ad Newtonics. Let's call your custom audience Newtonics. Your custom audience is bare now. It's blank. There's nobody in it. This is a Facebook audience, no emails, nothing. When you create your ad, you say, it gives you an option. If people watch 3 seconds of your video, put them in that custom audience. 3 seconds. So if they watch that TikTok ad for 3 seconds, they don't have to fill anything out. They go in that custom audience. Then I have another.
How does that happen though? What does that? Like, what makes that happen? How do you set that?
You say engagement post, and Facebook will say, what do you want your post to do? Something like that. And it says, go to a custom audience. It's very clear in the back office. It gets you to select your Newtonics custom audience, throw them in there. It says, throw them in that custom audience. And then it says, when? After 50% of your video watch time, after 3 seconds, after 90%. So if you put 3 seconds, they fall into that. So here's how that looks. If your ad is running and you got no webinar registrations, go to your custom audience the next day. You'll see like 200 people. You'll be like, holy shit, there's people in there now. That's going to build fast. And then when you run another ad, or you should have 2 ads, or you can run that same ad to your custom audience. So the people that saw 3 seconds of it will keep seeing that video.
New stuff, yeah.
You with me?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know this is going to sound really silly, but it's one of the major things that held me back. Do you know anything about how to get your boost turned back on? 3 years ago when I was doing my ads, they shut down my capability to boost. Am I fucked for good on that? Do I have to start a new account? What do I do?
Brother, I hate Facebook.
Yeah,
I'm
me
sorry.
too.
I fucking hate them. That's why I'm not on it anymore. I run ads, but I keep
Yeah.
getting shut down
Yeah,
all the time.
and they shut
And-
down your boost too.
Yeah, I got it back just recently. I don't know if you saw my post. I'm like, thank you, Face.
Ah,
Because
they're watching.
I was at 10 grand a day on Facebook 3 years ago. I think the
Yeah.
last time we spoke,
Yeah,
was-
yeah,
I had scaled up to 10 grand in Facebook ads 3 years ago, I think. 10 grand a day. I was at 9,200 a day in profit. Back then, that was big for me. That was
Yeah.
a big deal. Not anymore, though. I'm good. But back then, that was like a milestone. And that's all I fucking knew was Facebook ads.
Yeah.
So when they didn't only shut down my ad account, they shut down my whole account. Try getting
wow.
that back. So not only did I lose all my ad accounts, but I lost my Facebook account. Remember I was on Facebook before I disappeared?
Yeah, I was wondering what the hell happened to you.
They just shut me down for no reason that they will tell me. I guess that's my point. Try
Yeah.
getting on with, if I can't get on with Facebook, I tried for like 6 months because I lost all my domains. I had like
Yeah.
facebook.com/The Wealthy Trainer, facebook.com/Branding University. Plus
Yeah.
I had all my contacts,
Yeah.
Ray Higdon, all the people, Tony, like the people I was connected with, gone. They think I died. I don't have
Yeah.
their email. I don't have their emails. Mark Lalone just disappeared. And
Yeah.
and I can't get it back. So I'm like, fuck. So just this year or last year, I got back on Facebook, a whole brand new account.
Mm.
And I started running ads. They shut down my ad account. I'm like, fuck you. I ain't going through this stress no more. Almost last time it happened, fucking
So mad.
stressful.
Yeah.
So then, but I learned a lot of other ads since then.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I said, I'm not falling victim no more. And
Yeah.
now I advertise on MSN, New York Times website, MSNBC websites, like the big newspaper sites now, native
Yeah.
ads.
Yeah.
But Facebook is extremely profitable, but it's just one of them now because I tippy-toe with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't push the envelope with them. You know, you can't say, you can't even say the word fat, or you can't even say the word lose weight or get more energy. They won't let that go. What the hell?
Wow.
So to answer your question, I don't know, bro. If Facebook bans you, it's hard, man. I had different laptops going. They wouldn't let me
Yeah.
open another account. They had like probably pixel recognition. They made me, I had to do I did the crime, I had to do the time. Like they said, you got to wait like 2 years. What?
I wonder. I mean, mine's been off for quite a bit, but the workaround I did for a bit, and I lost this contact. But what he did was he created me a second Thomas Fraser Facebook. Right, I made that guy the admin of my normal Facebook page, and then we were running the ads through his name. So he was an admin, so I had dual. But it's a lot of extra, you know what I mean, fucking around for
Yeah.
something that should be so simple. Right, when I'm trying to keep it, because I you know, it's extra time logging in, logging out, which I know is silly to worry about, but I was just wondering if there is another workaround. I think I'll have to try that again because I need it. The Facebook ads were nice. I mean, I've learned that you just got to be very, very, very careful. Like so very broad, you know, like you can't pinpoint anything. And I was going hard. I had like super hot chicks, and people were getting, you know, a weekend with a Playboy model that I knew, and yeah, I went a little bit too crazy.
Yeah, and they're expensive, right? I mean, like if you don't have a machine set up or
Mhm.
something that converts,
Mm-hmm.
what are you going to place an ad to? So it's like there's so much. What's more important than the ad is the machine, because if you can do a Facebook Live on your wall and say, click the link in the description, over time, you're going to start collecting emails.
Mhm.
Well, here's what I do, right? Like I do a piece of content. It's going out on 16 platforms. I don't know if you knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like if I do a piece of content, it goes out on 16 platforms minus Facebook. It's the only one I don't use. because I got a grudge. I'm pissed off. But it goes on LinkedIn. It goes on every single platform that exists and all the podcasts. So what happens with that is it collects leads and it allows me to test the free traffic quick. Because if your thing is not generating leads for free, don't do paid ads.
Yeah.
I mean, just when you do your live videos, that'll give you an indication if your machine's working. If you do a live video and you say, show up on my Friday Zoom, click the link in the description always.
Yeah.
Because you want to collect their email. So if you do a Facebook Live for, I don't know, this will prove whether your system is built right. And you say, this Friday, I want to share what I'm doing. It could be that simple. Keep it ambiguous. Keep it curiosity. And then if someone comes in and puts in their email, one person, it goes in your autoresponder. You see it back there, and it says fired off the first message. And the next day it'll say fired off the second message. And they show up at your webinar, and you have one person on that you're talking to. Good. You know that your machine works.
So what do you mean by that, though? So click what are they clicking? And again, please, I'm not going to say yep, but I don't understand. So I'm doing
it's a lot of shit. It's a lot coming at you.
So I'm doing a Facebook Live. I'm telling them to click what? I've put a link to my eWeber account.
You put, would you like to see one of my capture pages that eWeber creates?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I think that would answer for me too.
Okay, so if I go, well, we can go to my TikTok account actually. So for my TikTok, for example, I don't promote the webinar on my TikTok. What I do is I go, see the link in the description right here? Let's open it. This is an eWeber form. Do you see that?
Yep.
And in my video, I won't play it all. Well, welcome to in the video. This lead capture, I give away gift cards. That's hard. That's my pitch to get the lead. So when they land here, it says enter your information, and this is how I collect the lead. So from here, if you look at one of my TikToks, I'll just go like really quick. I'll find one. Which one? I think these are all that. I think these are the ones. Let's go to this. Do you want a gift card? Here we go. Tell me what you want right here, right now. Then tap the link in my bio and watch the 2-minute video there. Go. Do you want a gift card? Okay. So, do you want a gift card? Here we go. Okay, so when I do those, that's what they do. They tap the link in my bio. They end up here. This is the eWeber form. Now, again, this is for my personal brand, okay? This is, it's not for the TikTok course because in all different reasons I do different things, but it's all the same concept. So this is not going to a webinar in this case. But this is how I collect that email. If I were to say, show up on my webinar, this is what this capture page looks like. I showed you. So I'm still collecting the email right here, but this one's not done through eWeber. But that's the automated webinar. So what you would do is you would go like this. You would say, show up on my web, or come on the Zoom, or no, because you're doing a giveaway, remember? You're doing a PDF. So when they enter this email, they're going to know to come to your Zoom, Tom, by your autoresponders, because your autoresponder will say, come to my Zoom on Friday. Because you don't want to deviate from getting their email, because once you have their emails, you can say what you want in the emails.
And then autoresponder is responding to them where? They've clicked into your link, and then the autoresponder starts hitting them, or?
Yeah.
My problem, whenever I think about autoresponder, I'm thinking messenger, so I'm trying to get my,
eWeber, what Chris has, once you get their email in your list, and in eWeber it says follow-up messages, and you pre-write them, and one says send immediately, the next one says send 1 day later, The next one says send 1 day later. The next one says send 1 day later. And that's what they're going to receive over the whatever next. I do it for 3 months. But you could also log into your AWeber tomorrow and say, it's a beautiful, whatever, I don't even know what fucking day we are. The price of freedom is Wednesday. It's a beautiful hump day. Happy hump day. I'm hosting something tonight, guys. Come, here's the Zoom link. So you can do them as often as you want. That's the beauty of a list. Fuck Facebook. Fuck social media. If you have a list and you want to do you have a new Newtonics product, send an email to your list and say, we're meeting tonight, guys. Here's the Zoom link. No registration required. Make sense?
So the giveaway that you promoted early on is a PDF, something catchy that people want to have. 5 steps to better health.
Well, let me ask you this, Chris. What is, like, this is just off the record, but what is Newtonics? What you can tell me. You wouldn't want to put this in your sales pitch, but what does it do?
Well, so there's 4 product lines.
Okay.
There's a wellness line, there's a skincare line, and then weight loss. So you kind of fall into 4 categories. But if you were going to ask what benefits would be like dealing with anxiety and depression, weight loss, and probably, just overall wellness, like in the probiotic and some other things there. But then also like the skin and, but I would say go back to, anxiety and depression and dealing with energy. Those are probably the best things to promote.
And sleep. Well, we've got a sexy sleep gummy. Everybody's looking for sleep. So the calm in that, again, destroying anything that people are having a major problem with. So a lot of people can't have sleep. It'd be a really easy one to do ad campaign around.
Yeah.
And it's something that people really struggle with. And weight loss, there's a huge amount of competition out there, but I think the sleep's pretty cool. There's CBD stuff. Yeah.
Here's how you get the right lead bait for that. You don't guess. You go in Google and you type in sleep remedies or insomnia solutions, because Google's going to give you at the top what the most popular thing that people want. Then it's going to say 4 steps to get better sleep. And what you do is you take 3 of them. No product, bro. You say 3 of them. Let's say number 1 is drink more water. Number 2, have decaf tea. Number 3 is stretch. Number 4 is turn off the lights. I'm just making that up. But you go in your video, you go, first thing you want to do is the bang. Second thing you want to do is bang. Third thing you want to do is bang. And the 4th thing, the most important thing that you are doing that is stopping you from sleeping, I want to share with you in a 1-minute video. Put your email below and it'll be sent to you right away.
All right.
You got me?
Okay.
So I'm doing gift cards, but because in your short little video, you give them the 3. They want the 4th at this point. They've invested this time. And in your first autoresponder, all you have is the link that says, thank you. You don't even say anything. You go, here's the 4th thing. And you send them to a video that says, hello again. The 4th thing is shut the lights off, make it nice and dark. Thank you for, I hope this helps. Leave it at that, because now they're on your email list. So when they get your next email tomorrow, we're having a webinar tomorrow to increase, then you could do a pitch to show up at your Zoom.
Okay.
You're about to explode, bro. You just got the crazy secrets there, bro.
Man, this is amazing.
The content I'm excited about because I find that part easy. I still got to figure out how and where to put my time into putting it out there. Like the only thing I know is the Facebook ad campaign, and I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm going to try and figure that out. Where else would you focus if you're only going to say focus in 3 areas?
If I would focus on something, it would be crafting your Friday presentation. Crafting that. so you know
Okay.
what to say. The thing you do with a person, like when I do MLM back in the day, I had a thing I would say. Like, do you at all keep your options open in term? I had a presentation. I did. So when I met with someone, I'd have some kind of, I would have presentations. So if you, I don't know if you want to see my, should I show you mine?
Yeah,
I can
please.
show you. I could show you one of my MLM funnels. It may be very. It may be. I have so many of these going on. By the way, I'll show you my MLM one. What's that one? The reverse. This is my newest one. It's not. I don't think it's working. Yeah, it is. It's going to be ready next week. So with this one. This is a little different, but it'll give you the idea, I think. Now I'm getting more advanced as I move forward in my career. So you're going to see a lot of freaky shit going on here, but ignore it. It's just, I just want to make more money with less work. I'm just doing things that are just a little extremely technical and extremely effective. I'm tightening those conversions, bro. I'm sick of making, I want to make, I just want to make more money without doing nothing. So I'll show you what the presentation looks like. Hey guys, what's up? What's up? What? You hear that?
Yeah.
So in this case,
How's it going? Hi.
Look,
How's it going?
I go like this. I talk
I
about,
really am. So this is what it looks like.
see, I talk about that product. That's a product that I'm funnelizing, I guess I could say. So that's an MLM. So the way I structure my MLM webinars is I always start with the product benefits. Okay? Before I jump into the business.
Yeah.
So I go here, I talk about the product.
It's a little patch.
And then what I want to do is I share a company video because those are powerful. Every company's got their promotional videos, right? So I'll go like this.
Where's off?
I'll be, hold on. Okay. So I'll go like this. I'll just play it.
And let's watch that.
And then I play a company video.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of...
So I'm watching the company video with them.
Yeah.
Now, when the company's video is over, I go, wasn't that amazing?
Because you will forget. Then afterwards, contact the person who invited you here.
Okay, see what I'm doing? So now as I go here, then I go into more videos, more testimonials. You're going to see me share like, now here it gets really scary.
That's crazy.
This is how I have an auto recruiting machine for MLMs. Like if I join an MLM, I'm number one because of this, because I don't have to be there to sign them up. I pitched, check this out. I go to testimonials.
Day by day.
Okay, see the testimonials here, guys?
So back pain is not.
See those testimonials? So what I do, this is like super ninja, but I share testimonials of real people like that.
Get out of bed.
I can't get out of bed. Sorry. It's all the emotional testimonials. And then I jump back and I tell them how to sign up immediately. I go,
Day by following screen.
I go here, go as a distributor, go here. Welcome to the team. I'll see you on the inside, because then they get plugged in. So after I do this, look, I'm only halfway through the webinar, but I already closed them. This is called straight line selling. So if they're still on, I'm not done. I'm going to share another testimonial. Look, another testimonial. Then what do I do after that? I keep closing them. I do it over and over. Over.
But they come in so often that I don't.
There's another one. So I basically, in one webinar, I start like this. Thanks for showing up, guys. I do my thing. I say, this product is changing lives, blah, blah, blah. Here's some testimonials. Then I go, we also, if you want the product, do this. Sign up here, da, 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 da. So that's how I get customers as I'm sleeping all the time, because this thing's running all the time. And if they want to be a promoter, well, then I say to be a distributor, go here. So it's like an auto recruiting and customer machine. It's just happening all the time. You know, I'm just working on that thing, which evolves around one presentation. It's just a presentation. It's no different than if you were talking to a hotel room of people. Whatever you would do to your hotel room of people, you do in your presentation. You hear what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what that's what I would craft first. Now, there's a couple of things here, guys. There's a lot of moving parts in what I told you, but you keep in mind too, this is like the expert of expert of expert of expert of expert. So nobody can do this, and like almost on the planet at this level. So don't be like, well, I can't do that tomorrow. Nobody can do this tomorrow. This is why corporations pay me like fuckloads of money to build this for them, because it's not being done. So don't look at the whole staircase. Just take the next step. That's the best thing I could say to you. Because if you look at the whole thing, how do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do this? You won't start. But if you start with the presentation video first, then maybe you can integrate it into Webinar Jam. Then maybe you could do the ad video. Then you could think about getting the chat in there. Yeah. I don't want to get all motivational on you.
No. That's fucking awesome.
I don't want to get motivation. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, you know, if it would be okay with you to follow up with you down the road.
I don't know, bro. maybe. No, maybe, but I'll time it. And well, no, we can follow up. But
because I mean, you've been so gracious, going well over the time we scheduled, and so I'm not talking about next week. I'm just saying there's a lot here, and I think we can. You know, you also have the system that, you know, we were bought into, so we've got some information there. I like the Okta. You know, I'm going to try to figure out how, you know, through that process, I'm sure you'll explain how to get all that content out to all those 8 different platforms. You said you're on 16, so that'll be interesting to figure that out.
Let me give you an order of priority in my strong opinion.
Thank you. No, that's what I want. Yeah.
Because there's so many things to attain different goals of what I do. Now, to get more reps and get more customers, what we shared tonight, I would get a presentation done up in video form, an outline, I guess, if you will. And then I would work on the setting up your Aweber lead account, which probably won't take you that long. Make up a couple of emails, start populating those, and make a video inviting people to a webinar. And you start uploading that video randomly everywhere just to see the pulse of what's going on. And the outline to the presentation in the beginning, you're going to want to probably do it live, but I know it's extremely important to have an outline when the purpose is to recruit and sell, and not just ramble. Rambling is good for nurturing and Facebook and all that stuff, getting them to know you. But if they show up on your webinar, I don't know if you guys want to see some of my paperwork. Like I literally, when I do one of these webinars, it's crafted over probably 20 pages, bubbles and entities. Like I start by showing them this product, then I plug in this video, then I do this. And then I condense it down to one page in bullets. So if I were to do it live, I'd be like, welcome everybody. I'd like to get started by thanking you for your time. Number 2 is, here's my promise to you. It's a structure. Promise to you is super important in a webinar. I don't want to waste your time. So here's the order. I'm going to give you the whole webinar blueprint, the whole presentation blueprint. Thank you for coming. You will not be disappointed. I will not waste your time. Here's my promise to you. And then you say the promise. When you leave here today, you will, you'll have the opportunity to change your family tree forever, have a home business, better your health, and help the ones you love. That's an example, but it's pretty good, actually. And then you get going and you jump right in and you talk about the product and you just do, because it's MLM. you do what you would do at a home party. Like you do what you would do at a hotel meeting. It's the same idea. The thing you should celebrate the most, in my strong opinion, more than a sale itself, is once you get good at collecting emails. If there's anything you should work on getting good at, is collecting emails. Because once you collect emails, instead of doing a Facebook Live, you're doing it to your list. Yeah. Nobody knows how big my audience is, and I love it. Nobody knows how much money I make, and I love it. I learned it the hard way about talking about my income and making my audience available. Like
question on email list. Is there a way to make value of just a random email list? Like say I've got 100,000 emails that I may or may not have garnered from an auto dealership company.
May or may not have.
No. Is there a way to make use of those 100,000 emails?
No. I mean, no. Because every email I generate is my face. Every email I generate is my face. It's called celebritization. You're saying starstruck, Chris. Like there's something called watch time in someone's psyche. Watch time is like getting someone's attention is the hardest thing to do. It's harder than making a sale. Try getting someone to sit through an hour of you talking. It's the hardest thing to do. But if you can get someone to listen to your voice and watch your face, either or, for a total of, I'll repeat that, a total of 25 hours over time, they're going to buy anything from you, and they will be starstruck. So if you get their email by you being you, not from perhaps a car dealership that doesn't know your face, if they see you and you say enter your email and they enter their email, they know you.
For sure. I just wondered if there was any sort of conversion rate within that where you could, even if you did 500.
Honestly, bro.
Not worth the time?
No, because you're going to get a couple of things are going to happen. Number one is you're going to get a bunch of rejected emails. And that doesn't work well with the interwebs algorithms. So your AWeber will kind of get a little bit blacklisted. You'll fall into spam folders. So the best thing is if you were to get 20 emails per day, 20, you will be rich over time and famous. You'll be rich and famous at 20 emails per day. And just keep in touch with them, like through email. Like when I do a piece of content every Friday, do you know how many people tune into my piece of content now every Friday? It's ridiculous. A lot.
How many?
A lot. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's not 1 million yet, but that's not going to happen. That's not going to take too long. Not at all. Not because I'm getting better or not because my content is more strategic. It's because more people are getting added to that list. And every Friday when I say, how to get over your own fear, that could be a topic. The content's the same. But the reason I'm getting more rich and more famous is because there's just more people watching the same thing I'm putting out every Friday. So when we talked a couple of years ago, I started setting all this stuff up. I think back then I was at 600,000 emails when we used to talk. Now I've focused. I still do the same thing, except instead of putting my video on Facebook, which is a complete waste of time, I put it on my blog, the one you saw, and every Friday I go, here's your Friday content. And I could see in my blog statistics how many people saw that content. And if I want to sell something, you got me?
Yeah. Wow. I like it. And I got to hop off because I got to do a training Zoom here for my guys. And I mean, if I could reach right through the screen and give you an HJ right now, I would, bro. I swear.
Hey,
I love you.
I just don't want you to, I want you to understand, guys, that it'll seem super tough to build. It'll seem super hard to build the pieces, and a lot of shit's not going to work. You'll have to YouTube certain things. You have to be a little resourceful along the way. But I promise you this, it's time well invested, because once you know how to build this, you'll never have to, you can apply it to anything. I mean, anything. I've proven that. I'm using it right now to get super famous. So then I'm on, I don't know if you can see that, but see the leaders up there, Tai Lopez, Gary Vee. I'm in the middle there. That's my vision.
That's where you want to be.
Yeah, I want the Tony Robbins fame type thing. My ego's kicking in. So I'm like, good. I'm at the point where I'm using that machine to get me famous. And I want to say that because it doesn't have to be different verticals. I'm getting one set up for fucking meditation, spirituality world, one for skincare. Like once you can do it once, you, my friend, are you're worth you're kidnap worthy.
Yeah, well, no, you are kidnap worthy. You figured it out. Like at the end of, you know what I mean. I gotta go, but I just to give the respect that you've done. Just before we had kind of, you know, when you dropped off Facebook for there, I know because I thought I had it, right? I thought I had it, and I had 2 email campaign experts, and I had guys that worked in the, you know, different industries, but we were kind of getting there. And I just opened up my bank account to them, right? And I got enough that I figured we're almost there. But I didn't have my eye directly on it enough, and I let them go wild. And it ended up costing me over 160 grand to make the mistake of realizing that my conversion wasn't there, and they were putting their efforts in the totally completely wrong direction. So it's seeing how much you simplified it. And I mean, I was there, like all of the stuff that you're doing. I had way more complicated systems than this. My systems just weren't doing what you were doing, right? And because I was missing the magic. The magic's in those finite things. That's why I'm trying to tell everybody when I'm training, listen to every fucking thing I'm saying, because I'll have people try and replicate what I'm teaching, and they're missing the magic. It sounds the same, but they're missing that point that closes. They're missing that point that replicates, right? I'm sitting here absorbing that, and just my mind's blown. I can't stop kind of building in my head, which I'm going to stop because now Chris and I have to go and do a training program on something way more simple and less sexy. And I'm trying to dumb my brain down to fucking teach what I have to go teach right now. And all I want to do is go, holy fuck! I literally want to lock myself in a hotel room with a computer nerd for 1 week straight. That's what I want to do right now.
Awesome. So yeah, you hit me up. We'll do a follow. We'll do a follow up.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Love
okay, guys. Talk soon.
I wasn't gonna beg, but I was gonna beg. So fuck you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Holy shit, that was crazy. I'm going to unmute you guys in a sec. First thing I want to say, can you guess how big the check on my desk was this morning for a follow-up call? I got another letter of offer. They already spoke about it. It's like, holy shit. Value first, free, and then word will get around. I don't have time to do that, but we got the cash. Number 2, can you see why I'm the most hated marketer on social media when people are selling courses? Imagine if I put that up on my blog, my hate rankings would go even higher than they already are. Giving that shit away for free? Could you imagine? They'd go bananas every other leader. Number 3, imagine being a newbie on that thing. Half of that language I just learned in the past 4 years. I'm like, Pixel, what is that? What language is that? Okay, I'm coming out. I'm going to unmute you guys. Whew. So I don't, I'm just going to open the floor to whoever wants to say whatever. I'm going to record this part just in case I get some, okay, you can unmute yourself. Just in case I get some repurposable content here.
Yeah, well, first, congratulations for talking to people like that. I cannot believe that most of us here have that knowledge.
I know.
And are not implementing it, number 1. Number 2, to talk to two guys in that position that you just blew their freaking mind off their head, they're not going to sleep for a month.
I know, and they're like, they're just so up in beyond network marketing. They're
And the only other thing I could say is get them off Nugenics or whatever and bring them over with you.
I will. I will.
You're right.
They'll be the left leg.
Was that Steven Seagal's brother, was it? That's who he reminded me of, Tommy.
He said that there's some, well, obviously there's some history in both of those guys beyond marketing.
I know.
Like,
I'd say he's been in jail 2 or 3 times, but I look.
Yeah, but he's in movies you could get on DVD and stuff. He was a pretty big actor, and the other guy worked for Trump very closely, as I found out after. Like, I mean, it's so funny when the way they're just like, because we're just regular people. Well, I don't know. I guess everyone's a regular person, but just the messages I was getting this morning and the size of the checks. Because I said, I'll call you back. Just the value first free concept with big guns. I always said, if a billionaire sees my content at some point, I just throw an idea. It's like once you're out there, some people have billions of a lot of money and it's less relevant, right? Anyways.
What's he called? Tommy Fraser?
Yeah, his acting name was Tommy Swoles.
Tommy Swoles.
Yeah. Yeah, we just had, yeah. It was kind of fun to catch up.
I like that.
It's crazy. It'll be crazy when I put that for free on my blog, that interview.
No, you'll
You're
get
not gonna
death
do
threats. You'll get death threats.
You wouldn't post that.
You're doing like
all of it.
Russell Brunson,
No.
giving away all the secrets. And
Yeah.
that's how you become a Tony Robbins, right? It's not.
You're giving away the value, giving out good value. Yeah.
No
But
one's
they
going
were
to do
so
that.
confused.
Yeah, no one's going to do it anyway. It's going to be too advanced. They'll go over their head.
I'll tell you what. If I saw that 5 years ago, I'd be in a jet today. I wouldn't be talking to you guys. Like, that's how much everything was there. Every friggin' thing. I would have, like, I wanted to pause it at some points because it looked like their heads were going to explode. That was like the literal mind-blowing of them. They were like, what the hell? What? At one point, I thought the screen froze because Tommy was just like,
Yeah.
He holds up a notebook with 15 pages of notes.
I know.
And he was starting the Octo content training.
Yeah.
Mark, you know just how they felt because you felt that in the past 5 years as you were developing this program.
well, yeah, I was, but it would have been really nice to have it handed to me on a silver platter, Tom.
Oh gosh, yeah.
People don't know what it took to figure this stuff out, right? And
Well, and they also don't know what it takes to actually learn the skills to put it together to make it work.
that's the
Implement it.
hard part. That's like, it's on a silver platter. Like I said, if I would have seen that video 5 years ago or 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, I would have known it would have just been heaven.
And what you taught in there was like basically octo content and what do you call the one? The huge,
Perfect website.
No, the Facebook training you did.
Oh yeah, immortal content.
The immortal content. That was the two. Just jammed into that whole presentation.
You know what's beautiful about a skill is that there are so many skills within the skill. Like just like my copywriting, that's all I'm focused on basically when you guys don't see is like taking copyright courses on how to word things. And then there's the video creation part of it. Then what about Camtasia? Then what about the tools? Then what about autoresponder? Like every component, every word in there is a whole university course on its own.
Wow.
Like we are experts, yo, and we sometimes forget. We have doctorates in marketing.
Yeah, just like Brady says, like we know how to do exactly what you told them, but we just go, that's nothing like this.
Yeah.
We're not taking the full benefit of it.
And that's what I'm saying about watching you present that to two people that are marketers of sorts. I mean, they know people. but have never seen anything like that, never heard of anything like that, and just go pew.
Yeah, and what's good, Brady, what's funny, Brady, is that I talked to a lot of, like I said, 4 millionaires the other day before that, just small chats. And many of them have been professional marketers for 10, 20, 30 years. And when they see this, they're blown away just the same. So this is like so cutting edge and revolutionary and on the pulse of the tools available today. It's like, and you guys know exactly where to find what on my blog if you had to with the search bar. Like, I just think it's incredible how all the things I wished existed when I started, they do exist because I actually put them all out there. It's freaking awesome. It's just so cool.
Don't you wonder how long they were stalking you on your blog before they made the move to hire you, to get you on a coaching call?
That was free.
Okay, well, how long were you know?
Yeah, the people, I'll address that, Tom. You probably know by your retention on videos. They had no clue what I could do because nobody watches your videos, unfortunately. Yeah. They'll start, they'll stop. They'll catch a heading, they'll stop. No one's going to sit through my 4-hour. I've got 4-hour webinars where if you watched the 4-hour webinar on the automated webinar, that one, and you applied everything you learned, you would be rich forever. It's a 4-hour webinar. People go to university, sit through class, spend $100,000, and they won't sit through a 4-hour webinar from a guy who makes millions of dollars and has proven that I make that. That's why. But for me, I observe now. I don't teach anymore, as you probably know. I'm sharing this with you guys, but my income is not dependent on what you guys do anymore. However, with the network marketing, that's different. If I won't get into that today, because I know some of you are in my MLM. There's something about to happen with that. We can't talk about that here, but it's interesting how those skills apply to anything, right? Anything.
Can we get a recording of this?
No. I'm sorry.
What I love too was
not this one.
The quick way, if you making a lead magnet, that was beautiful. The way you go in, you do the Google search. I never thought of doing that.
Yeah, that's what I mean by there's so many skills within the skills that are not spoken of. But if they come up, I can dig deep, which is why we have this, and I'll hang around for half an hour.
Yeah, and you're talking to two gentlemen that have the resources that once they understand the concept, they can hire production videographers, this person, that person.
Yeah.
They just make the content and throw it at the guys, and they learn how to distribute it within hours.
You know why? Do you know why I did that? You guys, I haven't revealed why I did that for free. If I'm not going to share the content, I shared it with you guys. If I'm not going to share it, what do you think? You know there's a strategy with me at all times. Why do you think? Why?
They say you're going to repurpose it.
No.
It's like you're going to pull them into your MLM.
Just to get more people into your influence.
No.
There's even a bigger prize.
Mark, I already know, but you go ahead.
Get
you
them
guys tell
into
me.
your MLM.
Nope.
You're going to bring them in.
That's not big enough.
Hollywood.
For me to share that level of secret for free, I'll build my MLM myself with my team. I don't want to.
They get access to Donald Trump.
Nope. Good guesses though. Well, actually, you're kind of on the right track.
You're going to get leads from them?
You know why I did it? I'll just say it right now.
You're going to end up on your poster.
No, because now
the next Tony Robbins.
Because now I live in their heads rent-free. I live in their brains rent-free. Every time they see something, they're going to think of me. And when they talk about something with all their execs, they're going to say, this Mark Lalone guy, I live there. I just took a room in their brains and I live there rent-free. They're going to wake up tomorrow. They're going to think Mark. they're going to see think of automated webinar, they're going to think Mark. When people talk about strategies, they'll be like, there's this guy Mark who does it way better. I just hijacked some of their little room in their brain.
And they're going to credit you for a 10X as well.
Yeah, and they're going to do it without doing it. So in other words, if the guy hooks back up with Trump, and Trump, like that's an example, that's a big example, but that's the idea. Because they're hanging around at the executive meetings all the time. And my name drops, somebody goes on my blog. I always said, if some kid ever went on my blog and said, I'm going to dig in and see what's going on, and just got caught into it, maybe starting university, and he saw what I'm doing and applied everything I did, he would blow his friends away. He'd have a Ferrari in a year. Everything's available. The tools are there. These kids have jobs. They could get a webinar jam. They could take the time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if word gets out amongst them, those guys, I do this without everybody. When I say I speak to millionaires, I do that. I give them all I got so that I rent a space in their brain. And if I do that with enough millionaires all over the place, people start talking. And the right millionaires or the right decision makers or the right influencers with 10 million followers sees that, that's the key. Because then I'm audience tapping, right?
Kind of like what Russell Brunson did with Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty neat. And another thing I want to just say, like, when I was rewatching it with you guys, and I was just putting myself as a newbie. I was thinking of myself as a newbie, and I was like, oh my God, I wouldn't understand not only half of that, 90% of that would be so over my head. Like some people with like 5 years experience would be like, how does that retargeting, custom audience, like there's so many complex things within what was just said that it's a whole different language, like I said. So that's why here today, you guys can throw anything at me just like they did. And hopefully I can respond, or it could just be open discussion or whatever you want. I really don't, at this point, I just wanted to show you guys. I thought it was super cool.
And how do you do in the webinar jam, how do you do the audience where it peaks off? And is there a way, is it just drop downs and you put in the numbers?
Great question. A lot of these questions, some people won't know what's being asked, but I'll answer them anyways. I'll answer them directly is what I mean. I won't explain the question. The way you do that, Eugene, is you go into the back office of every webinar, and it's a simple radio button. And you enter how many attendees you want, and you click natural audience curve, and it'll hover around that number. It's important because I say on my webinar, there are 300 people around, there are around 300 people here, so I got to set that at 300, you know? That's how. Yeah, David?
Yeah, I just want to mention that my big takeaway was how you handled vision. You got them focused. They were confused at the very beginning. You focused them on what's the outcome, what are they wanting, so that you could then take them down this journey to take them down the pathway that they need to follow to be able to accomplish their goal.
Thank you.
Yep. You paint a very good vision.
Yeah.
Reverse engineered it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was a really strong point.
I was trying to fit in as much as I could for them to end the loop, to loop the process, because there's nothing worse than starting to talk about something without the end in mind. You know, it's like, set up your automated webinar. You explain how to set all that up, and you're good to go. Well, what's that gonna, like, there's no loop there. Like, what? Beginning and end. So thank you, David. That's why I asked, what do you want to do? If they would have said, I want to build my followers, that would have been a whole entire different conversation, right?
right? So it's that higher arc, as you will.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys can just speak, eh? You don't have to raise your hands. Just speak and unmute yourself. Yeah.
In the beginning of your webinar, when you were talking about where you were showing them the landing page, like where they don't even have to put the email in, but you said you coded it in a way that they'll go on 6 different platforms.
Yeah.
Where in our training do I look for that, how to code?
You don't. For that one, you would Google, you want to write these things down?
Yes, I'm ready.
You want to Google G-tag?
G-tag?
Yeah. Here's what you would put in the search terms. G-tag retargeting.
G-tag. Okay.
That's one.
Okay.
Number 2, Facebook retargeting, Facebook pixel. Number 3, LinkedIn insight tag.
Inside tag?
Insight, yeah.
Okay.
Number 4, Pinterest retargeting or Pinterest tag. Pinterest retargeting would be the search query that'll bring your Pinterest tag.
Okay.
And what you want to do with that is it'll take a day to wrap your head around how to get the code.
Okay.
So that's something that you sit down, you take a full day doing that. You won't get it in 5 minutes.
Okay.
You won't get it in 5 minutes. You're going to have to know where to go and Google, but it's not something, here's something very refreshing about that. It's not something you're going to have to memorize or know forever.
Okay.
So if someone asks me how to do it, I'm like, I don't freaking know. I took a day, I set it up, and then all you do is you copy the code in a notepad file. And then once you have that code in your notepad file, every time you create a page, copy that code, put it in your head tag.
Okay. So copy all of those.
All of those, yeah.
Yeah, into a notepad file.
Yeah, even if you're not retargeting on them, because what happens is those custom audiences are building anyways. So if you ever want to throw an ad up on LinkedIn one day,
oh yeah,
it's already pre-done.
Yeah, and what you said is I could use the same thing, but for different businesses and different things that you're targeting for.
Yeah, that's actually that's important. That's important. For the pixels,
yeah,
that's so advanced. I don't think we can talk about that here today.
Is that for Facebook pixels?
For the pixels, I only do that for personal brand because I don't want to set up a pixel for nutrition. I don't want to set up a pixel for different niches. So when I do retargeting, it's just for my brand.
Okay.
But when it comes to email lists, completely separate. So my MLM list that I'm setting up right now, like I just joined an MLM. Some of you know this. Some of you are part of the journey with me. We haven't started. Let's be real here. Like if you're either part of Carol's team or my team, hang tight. Things are about to happen. Just keep doing. We're setting shop. I could just say that right now, okay? But in that case, it's not going in my wealthy trainer or Miracle Alone email. That's a whole different email. So if you were to do a lead bait for that, if you apply what I kind of talked about today,
right?
You want it to be niche specific. So for me, I just started doing this like a year ago, segmenting at different lists.
Okay.
I think Jean-Serge Gagnon I was talking to him about, hey buddy, we were talking about like how the man with a million different lists in his, like I was on with Jean-Serge and he's got like a list for everything. Like it's crazy. Like probably
not a million, but
probably 100, right?
I don't know, something like that.
By the way, congrats on your BitCloud.
That's what you have. You just said you have a whole bunch of lists.
I just started after you.
Oh, okay.
Congrats on the BitCloud thing, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
So yeah, for the lists, I keep that niche specific.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, I got another question.
Yeah, for sure.
You talked about how you start with the video you create an engagement ad, right? And then you retarget it, and you say you do it for 3 seconds versus say 50% of the video. Why would you wouldn't you want to do it for a lot? Say the 50% of the video would be able to have a stronger lead, or what's the difference?
That's up to you. You can do, technically you can do them both.
Okay.
But here's how I could say that. If you are, I'm confident in my calls to action at this point in my career. Like, I'm confident in them. So when I do a call to action, like the TikTok video, even though it was only like a 1-minute video, the webinar page, that took me almost a day to craft. When I say, are you a TikTok addict? Or it's kind of got like a little bit of a hero's journey and a lot of,
right.
Because it's so strategic, David, all I need is 3 seconds. Someone who watches me for 3 seconds is enough for them to see my face that I know I'll close them on my good, high quality sales pitch. But if your videos suck, but are not as advanced or as convertible as a professional marketer, then you only want to, like if you were just sharing a screen, to sign up for this system today, well then if they watch 3 seconds, they're probably not going to sign up to anything because you're not going to be as skilled on your calls to action. But for me, if they watch 3 seconds of me, that's good enough. I can close them. Does it make sense? Because I'm confident.
It sounds like it's related to brand recognition. They understand. They see from your face who you are. They can and they already resonate. They don't need 50% of the video to get there. They got it in 3 seconds.
Yeah, and the hook of the 3 seconds for me, because I use hooks now. Before I didn't. If I'm like, hey, how's everybody doing? Nice to see you on Wednesday. If they watch 3 seconds of that, well then it's better if I have a 50%. Because they'll be like, it's that guy who rambles. But if I throw in a fat, big, juicy hook that they'll remember, 3 seconds is enough. Because they'll say, oh, I know what he does. So the less time, the more skilled marketers, like Ray Higdon, for example, will do a 3 second. Somebody who's just starting out and it's not as quality, it would benefit longer because then you don't have to pay for those ads. Like I'm paying for those ads after that when I retarget. So 90% would be safer, but because I'm confident in my abilities, I go to 3 seconds.
Yeah, and the other thing that I got from you was that you can create a custom audience just from one video. I don't need to have 100 people on a list to be able to create a custom audience, which is what I thought I had to do. I can create it with one video, and then using that video with an engagement ad to build that custom audience.
Yeah.
And from there we can build that list.
Yeah, you could generate a hell of a good income just by using that custom audience. However, you're talking to the wrong guy because Facebook took all that away from me in the past. So now I don't play with that. I don't count on that. And just as a cautionary warning, if you are going to feed off that custom audience, you don't have those emails, they're pixeled. If you lose your Facebook account, because people say, yeah, but the odds of me losing my Facebook account, I'm like, well, I did, and I was so invested in it.
Don't have your eggs in the one basket, in other words.
That's all I had. I had no emails. I was bragging about 900,000 in my custom audience.
Yeah, but and the thing is, you're not alone. There's a number of top 7-figure earners that have done really well with Facebook, and then they completely lost their account. So
Facebook is for so many reasons. I hate social media. I will not get into it now. This whole free speech. No, I mean not. No, I mean we can talk about it, but I don't want to sound negative. but they say it's free speech, and then they ban certain people by choice. Like, come on now. It's like,
all right, you're waking up.
I've been
Everybody
awake,
to
bro.
wake up.
I've been awake. It's just not my responsibility to say what's really going on. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
It's too big of
And
a...
you'd really be in trouble.
Well, yeah, and also, it's 3 things I don't talk about in case you didn't know: politics, religion, and eating meat. Anything else is good. And crypto lately. I won't talk about that either.
Mark, what if I want to just protect myself, because I'm hearing a lot of stuff about this Facebook stuff, but there's a ton of my stuff on Facebook. Where is the best place to put all my posts and my videos? Like videos I can do on the YouTube. I can put it on YouTube as private or whatever. But what do I do with all my posts that are important to me?
No, what do you mean? For
like all my Facebook like material is everything to do with my life. Like where's a good place to?
No, you guys can use social media. I hate social media, but you guys should use it.
No, but I don't want to lose it. Like
those are the kind of
We'll
those
take
are the
pictures of it.
Those
Somebody
are the
answer.
questions that you're going to write down to ask me on Saturday when we meet.
Okay, good. Okay.
But I can answer that.
That'll turn all your content into a book. I
Say
can't.
what?
I said there's software that can turn any account into a book. I can't remember.
We gotta connect. We gotta connect.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is, what it's called right off the top of my head.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty freaking awesome. It doesn't matter.
I want that. That's
a
so
website. It doesn't matter what it is.
Awesome.
If it's a video, it doesn't matter what it is. It'll convert it to a book. It's amazing.
Wow. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you never cease to amaze me, girl.
And or take your most important ones that you know people enjoy, which most everything you put out, you enjoy reading, and put it on a blog.
That's what people are
Or
telling
a
me.
website.
Yeah.
That's your real estate on the internet. Nobody is going to take that from you. Nobody's going to shut it
Grateful
down.
for the engagements. I'm so shocked, but I'm grateful for the engagement.
That's why you go through the octo content model.
Yes.
There's
yes.
2 things: is your autoresponder and your website. They can't take them off you.
And your intellectual property.
Founder and website. Okay.
Social media is fun, though. I mean, it's fun. Don't get it wrong. It's just I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it anymore. It's a time thief for me, and I don't get anything from social media. Even auto content, I may get a couple of 100 leads now instead of a couple of thousand. So I'm just like a paid ads guy now. I rather craft I rather work on crafting one. All you need is one good video. I would rather work on tweaking one good video, testing it out in a paid ad with $5 per day ads for business purposes, pretty much, instead of all the time required to generate a couple of leads here and there on social media.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
See, for $5 a day, how much of a custom audience could you build? Big?
Huge.
Serious?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I thought you'd fire thousands on the Facebook ads.
You need to start a business page, fan page, because that's where you run your ads from. Every post that you make, especially video posts, put it on there. Run a boost to it. Place that same post on your profile page. It's boosting. People are seeing it. Whether they like it or not, they're pixeled. And if they like it, then they're certainly in your audience. But then again, if you set it for 3 seconds, they're in your audience anyway. But you boost those every time you do it. And you'll start building your fan page.
Wow.
And you'll see the numbers start going up on it.
I thought we had to pay to boost every time.
Well, you do.
Check it out. Write this down. For $25, anybody who, because I know the metrics, I've done this long enough. If you have a video on Facebook and you advertise $5 a day for 5 days, let's say a week, not including the weekend, that's $25, right?
Yeah.
$25 will generate 1,200 views on your video. out of those 1,000, that's the average. Out of those 1,200 views for $25, you'll get about 20% that watch 3 seconds of it. That's the average once again. So for $25, you get 300 in your custom audience.
Oh,
So that is very powerful, because if Facebook doesn't shut you down, let's assume that. But if they don't, if you've got 300 people in your custom audience and you point an ad to them over and over again, it's a really good start for $25.
Very cool. Thank you.
You know, it's nice about building a custom audience like that. After you do that, you build that custom audience, you get that 300, and you do that for a little bit and you get 1,000. Then you build another custom audience and you look for, and it's called a lookalike audience. And it's a lookalike audience to the people who have watched 3 seconds of your video. And Facebook will find people with the same characteristics as those people who have watched 3 seconds of your video, and you can run them the top of your funnel, and which will build that audience even bigger then.
Absolutely. You double your custom audience, basically.
Is that Tom Spade, the legend?
The legendary Tom Spade is here.
Tom.
2 years, Tom? Are you serious? You got a body like that in 2 years? That's insane. Sorry.
Yeah, I never did that kind of. I never did that in my life.
Tom, you said, can I ask you, you said you start a new list, right? With a lookalike audience. Is that with the same video, or do I create a new video?
You can send them the same. You can use the same video. That's your you're creating a custom audience though, and what you tell Facebook that you want a custom audience, and it's going to be the one you'll pick is a lookalike audience.
Okay.
And it's a lookalike audience of the people who have viewed those 3 seconds.
3 seconds, exactly. Thank you. Okay.
You can do something similar with your email list too, because Mark's kind of getting into ClickBank as well. But what I do on with offers on ClickBank with whatever they have is I'll ask, some vendors will give you a buyer's list. Now what it is, they can't just give you everyone's email list because marketers would eat it up, but they give you what they call a buyer's list. So it's hashed. So it's just all coded. JS would know what that means too, but it's a CSV file. So you just take that and you can upload it to Facebook. That's the buyer's list. It's listed. Then you can market directly at them. You can do the same thing where you can create a lookalike audience. So if it's 1,000 people, you can do a lookalike. Facebook will find the same people with the same criteria or same type, and then that's your lookalike. You can do that. You can do that. You can do a 1% audience. It's 1 to 10, and you can break it up into 10 different parts if you wanted. So you could do 1 to 2%, 2 to 5%, and then 1 to 10% or whatever. And so obviously your 1% audience is going to be your warmest audience, your hottest buyers. Right. So if you guys are building these email lists and custom audiences, you can always import those. You just got to take it into Excel and turn it into a CSV or a text file.
Very cool. I have to.
And think about when you build that custom list, and you start getting that custom list, this is where you want to create that killer lead bait and then put that in front of that list so you can grab them onto your email list.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Regular mastermind going on here.
Glad I showed up.
Well, you're the ads manager man in this group.
Well, if you guys run into stuff, I've been shut down.
Oh, and JS, I'm sorry.
Else here, so yeah.
No. Anthony knows his stuff too. He knows his stuff a lot. Some of the things he's talking about there, I've never tried, so definitely.
Unbelievable. Wow.
So you guys going on BitCloud yet?
No. Talk to us about it.
I'm in there, but I haven't done a lot with it.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you a few things. First of all, it's just a social media platform, right, that you can post on.
Oh, wow.
And you can use it just like any other social platform. You can use it to grow your audience, to get leads, to get new relationships. I've got a whole bunch of people I would never have met if I hadn't gone on there, right?
Wow.
That I'm now connected to in other platforms, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on whatever, right?
Uh-huh.
And I've done this, well, I'm sure you guys have seen me post like crazy about this virtual summit thing that I'm doing. So that's going on now, and I'm getting hundreds of leads from that's growing a list. So I'm doing that kind of for that, right? And now last week, the main concern with this platform is that people have been saying it's crypto based and it's a scam and you can't withdraw, you can't, all these negatives around it, right? And also because it's a pseudonymous, I guess, like Bitcoin, right? Where nobody really knows who the actual creators are, because they're just handles on the platform that nobody really knows who they are, right? And the reason why they did that is because they could be scammers, I don't know, but they're saying they did it because they want to reinvent the story of Bitcoin, right? Which is kind of how it started. Nobody still knows who Satoshi or Nakamoto is, right? And so, but the thing is that last week they delivered on a promise they've been saying since the very beginning, that this will be open source like Bitcoin, where anybody can get the code, they can get the data, and they can create their own website around the data. So just imagine you being on there, creating your posts and having a following, and then there's this whole coin value thing right on top of that. But that's kind of like, people putting money into you kind of, right?
Wow.
But that's, even without that, you're growing your followers, you're building an audience, and you're creating content. And then all of a sudden that content is now in this globally accessible ledger, blockchain style thing. That's accessible by anybody who wants to set up their own computer. And there's tons of them working on it right now. That data is now on all these other websites automatically. So you have 2,000 followers. Well, you have 2,000 followers on all these other platforms that all of a sudden popping up like mushrooms, right? All the same followers are all going to be everywhere else. All the same content you create. So you'll be able to go to site A and site B and site C, like a sports place, a doctor place, whatever's niche is, right? You'll be able to post there, and whatever you post there, as long as it fits with the algorithm on the other sites, it'll pop up there too. So it's like right now with Octo Content, we're like, okay, create a post on Facebook, post on LinkedIn, post on Instagram, post on this, post on that. Well, the future, if this actually turns out to be what it is, the future will be that you post one place and it goes everywhere for you. And there's all these platforms that people are going to be building that are going to curate content based on the interest of their audience. And it's all going to be there's going to be automation obviously in there, but the basis of it is that our data is everywhere, which is kind of like the next level of Octo Content, right?
Very cool. That's very.
And it's a land grab, right? Right now, there's not that many people on there. There's like not even 100,000, I think. So anybody that goes on there and actually starts to create content and starts to build an audience is gonna be a big name later.
Exactly.
I mean, the worst that can happen is that this falls apart in a 6 months or a year, whatever, and you've just, you've met friends and you've grown some stuff, right?
Is that bigclub.com?
So that's my pitch. You guys ask questions or whatever.
Is it bigclub.com? What is that?
What's that?
Is that bigclub.com? Sorry.
It's BitClout. So BILCLOUT. BITCLOUT.com.
Awesome. Okay.
And do you get paid in crypto?
Put your link in the
what's
description.
whole point?
Well, the way it works is to set up an account, you got to put Bitcoin in and whatever. So there's a cryptocurrency aspect to it, and Brady, just to kind of, because Brady had sort of a negative experience when we first did it together, because it was like, what the hell, this $50 and
apparently I didn't understand the whole concept.
But the thing is that those fees that you paid were just like massive Bitcoin fees that were happening at that time. Now when somebody goes on, it'll cost like $10 in fees and whatever. So it's a lot more, but you need to put in like about $100 or so to actually get started.
Okay.
Do you know a great hack I found out the other day, that you can actually post on Instagram on your PC?
Yeah.
How to do it.
Yeah, there's plugins for that.
No, it's not a plugin. Do you want me to show you and
It
share the
uses a Chrome
screen?
plugin. I don't know if there's other
You
ways.
set it up as mobile. You go in as mobile and you can do
That's
it.
what you need to do.
Yeah. You just you tell it that you make your computer think you're on mobile.
You
and
go
then
into
you
the
can
developer settings. Can I
Yeah.
share the screen just to show everyone?
So Mark, your coin is still on there, but you haven't done any new posts, right?
Right. You just go to see your settings here, and you go to more tools and go to developer tools. And then you just click on that, and that changes it to mobile.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, I tried that earlier today. I was able to do it before, but today it wouldn't. I couldn't find the plus sign to add my Instagram post to it.
So on the BitClout buying in, like I have, and I've still got some in there, is that fluctuating with the price of Bitcoin also?
Yes. Yeah. So the price of BitClout will be affected by the price of Bitcoin. So yeah.
So the ETH that you put in, of course, goes up or down with it in value.
Exactly.
So basically, I have.
Yeah, if you put in $100, if you put
after the last couple of days,
don't do anything with it. The theory is that it could go up to $1,000 or something.
Right.
Just like any other cryptocurrency, right?
Okay.
But the idea with BitClout too is that people will buy your coins, right? So for me, for example, I have like 20,000 in value or something now because people have been buying my coin because I've been active and I've been creating things, and if I wanted to sell, it's not implemented in the platform yet.
What are you doing?
What's that? Oh, sorry.
Mute.
Well, you need to
gotta mute.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Yeah. So if you could sell right now, you couldn't take the money out through the platform, but there are lots of people that are doing transfer through PayPal and things like that. So you can get your money out now. If you want to. So, but and by the way, I said I was done my pitch, but I'm not. One more thing. The webinar, the BitClout Virtual Summit that's going on right now that you see everywhere, it is free, and there's people. I'm actually doing a couple of trainings in there talking about BitClout, talking about things, but the speakers that are there are talking about social media, how to use BitClout compared to other, it's all about BitClout as a community, as a platform, right? So, and it's free. And if you want, you can find the link, I'm sure, everywhere on my pages and stuff, but it's bitcloutvirtualsummit.com. But yeah.
And are you hosting that, JS? Yeah.
I post it all the time, but I can post the link right here.
No, do you host it? Host, not post.
Yeah, I'm hosting it. Yes.
All
Sorry.
right.
Yes.
All
I'm
right.
hosting it. It's not a live summit though. It's like every day you have 24 hours to watch 2-3 videos. So, and then you lose those videos unless you buy the VIP pass, whatever, right? That kind of stuff. So. So yeah. There's got to be somebody else who's doing some cool stuff. Come on.
Wait, has that started already, the virtual summit?
Yes, it started this Monday.
Oh, so I've already lost Tuesday, Wednesday.
You've already lost 3 days, yes. But you can always, like, if you find that it's really worth, it's not a lot of money. I'm making the summit not that expensive, and for you guys, we could probably give you a coupon or something too. But
like
if
for the
you go in
recording.
there, you look at the current videos, and you're like, this is really good. I really want to see what those other, whatever. Then you decide. But you might be like, that's not interesting to me, and you don't, whatever. Because the topics are kind of all over the place. They're not organized a specific way. They're meant to be, curiosity building, right?
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Oh, and Wes had asked a question earlier about where to post the link in a video. What was that question?
Can I show something quick?
Yeah, good.
I want to show something quick. And thank you, Eugene, for that, but I want to just show something because You know how, you guys know how crazy I am about Octo Content Model, right? Check this out, guys. Eugene, check this out. Oh, is it working?
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys see my screen?
Yep.
Do you see this right here?
Big blue screen. No, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this is module number 12 in Octo Content Model that we did last year. Listen to this. Fun stuff. Videos, so on and so forth. But right now we're just doing the branded quote. So what I do on desktop is I use Chrome. I click the three little dots up here. You see that? The three little dots? I click those. I go into more tools. I go into developer tools. It pops out this elements window. And once I'm in here, you see how my mouse turns into a little dot? All I need to do is I need to read. I just wanted to show that because everything, Octo Content is so, because what Eugene just discovered, not only do we teach that in Octo Content Model.
I forgot about that.
That's what I'm saying, guys. Like, that's
There's
what I'm
a lot
saying.
of stuff,
Octo Content Model is still so revolutionary that people are figuring stuff out everywhere. They're like, did you know you could do this? I'm like, bro, like you can go on Alexa and put a news flash. I'm like, bro, we put podcasts on that a year and a half ago. They're like, you can't do that. I'm like, go sign up for my skill. So Octo Content Model, I know I keep going back to it, but whenever I'm lost a little bit, what do? I go to Octo Content Model. I'm like, there it is. Like, it's so crazy. Those of you that were there, we went 5 months of intense. That's why when Mimi was saying she's diving in, I get emails from people, messages all the time in Octo Content Model. But the ones on Facebook who are connected, I don't check my emails. I can't. But on Facebook, if it's a close friend, like Mimi, when I said she's a trainer, she's a real celebrity trainer, transformation specialist on like the Lolly movie there, from fat to lolly, like a real celebrity trainer. Anyway, she messaged me and just got Octo Content, and she's in module 6, and she's like saying how blown away she is, and I'm like, I know, right? Because if you remember, there's so much in there. I just wanted to show that, and I wanted to take a little stab at Eugene. I go, see, you didn't take the course, bro. Okay, I'm done. Keep talking. It was Wes.
Oh, that's right. Wes was asking about how did you ask that, Wes?
I guess I didn't know that you could put the link in the description for your videos, but
oh yeah, that's right. Because Mark was talking about hit the link in the description. When you're doing, now I do this from my business page, whether it's a regular video or if you're doing a live from your business page, you can go ahead and go into the comments section, put your link in there and make it a pinned comment, and then it's stuck there, because you don't want to make a video, you don't want to be sharing videos with actual links in your header across Facebook, because they don't want you leaving, and that's a good way to get thrown in jail. But if you can direct people back to your business page where you have a video with a pinned link in the comments, you say go below and get that link, there it is. So that's where you put the link in.
But you can't pin it on your personal profile, can you?
You can. I don't think you can pin it on a comment, but you can on your business page. It can be pinned. It could be the top comment.
What I would also do instead of doing that is because you're basically wanting them to get in your messenger. So just say to them, comment, like, or make a word rather than putting your link, and then give them the link in the messenger. And then once you get them in the messenger, then you can start the chat.
And
yeah, I know you can set it up with the messenger bot for when they enter in whatever word you choose, then it auto.
It kicks in the messenger bot. Yeah.
And if you use the Octo Content strategy about taking a 1-minute clip and putting it out to some people back to your blog, you can do the same thing, but some people back to your business page. and make a pinned post with the link in it.
Yeah. Okay.
So when they hit your business page, that's the first thing they see.
Oh, okay.
Were you guys talking about a pinned post on a personal page?
Mm-hmm.
No, a business page.
Yeah, you can do it on the personal page now. Eh? When did that come out?
You can? On
Yeah.
Facebook?
Yeah, is that brand new today?
No.
No, they're talking about a pinned comment.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pin your comment to the top.
Yeah, you can't pin a post on your personal page, no. But we're talking about two different things. You can make pinned posts on your business page, but if you want to have a pinned comment, you do that on your business page in the comments section, especially if you're running a live from that.
Yeah, but before you couldn't pin a post on your personal page at the top.
Well, can you do that now?
You can't do it now?
No.
I don't think so.
Well, you could do that with Twitter, but not with Facebook.
Well, it's always been like that, but I thought Facebook just introduced the pin post in the personal page.
They might. You know that Facebook implements features and not everybody gets them, right? So you never know.
Check it out. I was doing that the other day, and I was
only the bigwigs.
I was farting around, and do you guys see my Facebook?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my personal page, okay?
Yeah.
And I was farting around. I was like, it's too bad we can't pin a post on the personal page, and check it out. Pin post. It's brand new.
That is
Son of a
brand new.
bitch
And
is
you
right.
already did, huh?
So if I go like this and I go pin post on my personal page, check it out. Then I go refresh. Ta-da! So everything comes under that now. How cool is that?
That is brand new.
That's brand spanking new.
And that's cool if you had some sort of offer there, you can have it constantly being shown.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm doing it tomorrow. Like I saw it just yesterday. I'm like, that's got to be brand new.
Yeah, I got it. I got it rolled out to me too.
It's brand new. I should have announced it. Well, here it is. It's announced. Go make a video on that
I
tomorrow.
have it too.
Yeah, Friday piece of content coming at you.
Who's going to be the first one to tell the world? Me. I'm doing it now. Keep talking while I make my content.
Are you just putting it in the what do you call it?
Well,
The elite thinkers.
It's awesome because now all your friends, that one stays up there, and as you post throughout the day, it's always going to be there. That's amazing. I'm doing, yeah. What are you guys going to pin tomorrow?
Recording you just played?
Because I used to always recreate posts because I always want them at the top. You know, if I'm doing a webinar, I'm like, I got to recreate that post because it's like 20 posts down my timeline. So now check this out. You could always increase those views. Like you put a video up there, if it's up there over time and you keep sharing it in groups or whatever you do, you could eventually get those views up. It's not going anywhere. It'll always be up there. And how that's social proof, yo. Send it to your email list. Say, check out my Facebook video and check this out. You could change the freaking content. No, you can't, unless it was text. Then you could do edit. Because I remember once I did a post, I go, who supports Biden? And it started going like this. And then after everyone said, I do, I edited it to who supports Trump after everybody.
Just to get more comments.
No, so that the people they're like, Ray Higdon supports Trump? What the hell? I edited the next day. It's kind of genius. Kind of genius.
There's a bunch of new stuff there too, Mark. I see edit audience and who
Share
can
your screen. Show us.
Edit the date. What's that?
Share your screen. I don't know about this.
Oh yeah, let me just a sec there.
Because this is good new discoveries. We're figuring it out right now.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Share.
The pin post is epic, yo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really cool. So it looks like you can, well, obviously, but there's
everybody
like
on my team,
audience.
I want a stem cell post pin tomorrow.
Yeah. So turn off, well, whatever. So edit audiences. What the hell does that do?
That'll be cool, Mark, if that
okay,
thing
that's
comes off that
basically
you're
making
wanting to
public,
do.
Yeah, that's just basically the same as this little thing. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
That's all.
One thing
all
that I
right.
saw that's new in my group is that I usually put a topic per each post that I put in that I post. And initially I could select multiple topics for whatever post. And then it went to, you could only do pick one topic. And now it won't even let you pick any topics. It says edit topics. I said, I don't want to edit it. I want to pick a topic for my post. So I don't know where that.
Hey, Jean-Serge.
Yes, sir.
On to the important things. Who's that speaker right there on your screen?
Who's your friend?
Cassidy. Yeah, she's talking about secrets to become a social media influencer.
Well, then I believe an introduction with me is in order.
Here,
Sure.
what about that one you had, Mark? Holy shamoly, she's some whatever. The one you did the podcast with, just some shape.
Oh my God, guys, you guys are not going to believe that podcast.
Do we get to hear it?
I'm going to make sure that no one sees that one.
Oh,
Why
no.
were you X-rated there?
It was way too X-rated.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
And she's married and stuff. It was like so inappropriate. I'm like, too much, just too much going on there.
Oh, dear.
So you guys will not see it. I'm so sorry.
Was it worse than the HJ Tommy was trying to give you through the screen?
No, you guys are going to see it, but what a firecracker she is, eh, Shiloh?
Aye, good. Holy shamoly.
Wow, she's something else.
Virtual.
Hey, we'll just watch
yeah.
Sarge post.
You're just watching the show here, eh? Oh, I didn't mean to go to there.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to go to there. I was actually trying to go. What the hell? Oh no, but this is it. This is the it's just a feed that looks like Twitter, right?
All right. And do you have to pay to post on it, or what's the whole reason for the Bitcoin?
Well, the cost, there is a cost, but the cost is like minuscule. Like you can do about 1,000 posts for 1 penny.
All right.
Right? So it's like, like if you put $100, and plus the other thing too is that you actually get money for, like other people will send you a tip. It's called a diamond. So whenever somebody, and this, the only reason I'm loading this up because I wanted to see the link to.
Did you do that page?
Yeah, this funnel page. This is weird. I thought I removed these. Oh, I guess I got to edit the page.
Hey guys, get your
pitches. The ones that said.
Get your pitches ready, guys. Get your pitches ready. We're gonna all take turns, and I'm taking my turn too. We're all doing a pitch.
Yeah. So now that I did my pitch, you want everybody else? Yeah, sure.
Well, yeah, you opened it up for us.
Yeah. So as I was explaining, the diamonds are here. So whenever somebody sees, if I go through the feed, right, the news feed, if you will, and I look at what's on the feed, and I'm like, oh, this is really cool. I like this. You can like it, right? But you can also send them a diamond. So what that means is it actually sends them like a tiny bit of money. It's like, it's actually 1 cent or 8 cents or 84 cents. And that means that if you send them 1 diamond, that gives them enough funds to like post 1,000 posts, right? They have enough to, so that's one thing that happens in the platform too, right? So it's this whole concept of exchange of financial value, right? But no, I was looking for this Cassidy, because Mark Lalonde wanted to meet her. Yeah, exactly.
Meet her. Aye, right.
That's Cassidy.
Oh, hopefully he's not listening. That's me, Don.
He doesn't.
No, I just want to learn.
I'm sure he agrees.
I just want to learn.
So this is her.
Right.
She's one of the speakers Is that going to attract you to come to the summit, Mark?
Well, let's see how many followers she has. That depends. It's not looks that
It's
attract me. It's how,
22,000.
you know what attracts me? It's how famous they are.
But she does
Not
have
enough.
200,000. She does have 200,000 on TikTok.
Really? Not enough.
So, and she's all open to collaborations. Look, she even has her email there and everything.
No, I'm good. Thank you, though. I'm just kidding. No, I don't.
I know.
I don't roll like that. It's dangerous. She looks a little bit dangerous.
Yeah.
She's a little
messages
young
from
too, and
ladies
she's
that
got a
look bad.
boyfriend that could probably take you on.
Oh, really?
I don't think
No,
so.
I don't like. I don't like that stuff. I don't like that. I don't.
I don't remember where she. In fitness, anyways, whatever. She's. Yeah,
It's interesting
her
though.
boyfriend's
Congrats on getting her as a speaker.
Yeah, it was quite the thing. And
Got a
yeah,
lot of
so anyways, I'll
speakers.
stop my share. What's that?
You got a lot of speakers. Look
Yeah,
at them
there's
all.
22. I got.
How'd you get
this is
them?
the. Here. What's that?
How did you get them? Did you just go on the BitClout and see who the
This
influencers were?
this just connecting, talking, building. You know, and these are all the speeches here. So each day, right?
All right.
So there's 20, and plus I'm doing 3, 4, 30 minutes. These are all about 30 to 40 minutes. And then there's like a little intro, 5-10 minute intro each day. Okay, so that's kind of what happens in a day.
I take it you're promoting your website on that, or your program that you program that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's on here. So the way it's run is if I can load that up there. The way it's run is, if it can load up here. Oh, it's actually right here. So when somebody, like I'm the admin obviously, so we can see more of the stuff, but somebody who's on there will only see the day that we're on. Like the other days will be like hidden. Like see, they're showing up as draft. This is the day we're on right now. So, and they'll be able to play the videos for each of those days. And the red ones are the ones that aren't available right now, kind of thing, right? So it's all kind of all driven through this. And then if they want to buy the VIP pass, then they get to this other place, and anyways, whatever. It's all. Yeah, but it's a summit, right? It's not. It is about BitClout, but I think one of the things I learned through all this is just the whole process of going through and getting speakers, getting them scheduled, figuring out what their topic's going to be, asking them for the information, getting them to sign an agreement to make sure that they don't come back to me afterwards. And if I don't, if I make money, or like explaining exactly how they can make money with it and all this stuff, right? So it's like a lot of, organizing and whatever. Plus, you get to be an expert, right? People see you as the person who's organizing it, that even though you don't know much about it, that more than the others, you're the person who's like, the expert, right? So some people told me that I should take at least 90 days to prepare and put together a summit. And I did it in 30 days, but I know why they say 90 days, because there's lots of shortcuts I kind of took. Like I'm not very well organized in my funnel. It's not as well done. The emails aren't as great. All that stuff I could have spent more time on it, right? So, but yeah. So who's got their pitch? Mark is saying, where's their pitch?
I'm really focused on what you're saying, because of the whole event setup. Like I've never done what you did, and I'm trying to do one for November, and I am doing probably.
Okay.
I'm 55% chance that I'm doing one in November.
That's bound to be 60, but now.
Is that the 55?
That's the 55, yeah, and it's stuck at 55. You'll see if it goes up or down tomorrow. It could go down, it could go up, but if it hits 100%, if it hits 100%, it means I'm doing an event in November, and it's exactly this. Like, I mean, So you contacted all the.
So you want to do it like a pre-recorded thing and all that stuff too, yeah?
No, this was going to be live. Was yours pre-recorded?
Yeah, mine's all pre-recorded because I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't justify being available and organizing the speakers' times and all that. It's to me, it's like I record it and then I schedule it. And then the other thing with the cool thing about the recording, right, is that now in a month from now, I can rerun it again. I can say the next 10 days, it's going to be free, right?
Yeah.
Like the same thing. Every day there's a new video, right? And I can even reorganize them if I want, right?
Yeah.
Like it's all.
So how can you get started to learn how to set up a summit? Where do you start?
Well, I did a couple of my my blog posts on the process as I was going through it, right? So if you go to my blog, JeanSergeGagnon.com.
And do you do that summit
oh, by the way, I
website?
deleted my blog site. I deleted my blog site yesterday and a week ago by mistake. So I lost all of my blog posts from look at that, 196 from August 7th, 2020 to,
wow.
Right? So all of them are, I mean, I have copies on my local machine and everything. And I'm able to, like this one here, I actually had lost. I recreated. I can upload them again, whatever. But oh my God, it's because of a bug in my back end thing. I was cleaning up stuff and something that actually cannot, like the bug I found, it can't happen to anybody else. Like, Anthony, you got your blog on here. There's no danger for you. Brady, you got, I don't know. I know you're not using it, but you got a blog site. It's not going to get deleted. Or
trying to get back to
it. That happened to me. So now I'm doing backups every day as well. But yeah, so what I was saying, you can look on this blog, on my blog. There's a couple of the posts I did recently that were about how to create, oh shit, they're not there. They're the ones that are gone. So I'll have to repost them. But if I look at my list here, so I had how to launch a virtual summit with funnel and image creation. I did a simple steps to put together a virtual summit. So I guess I'll be putting them back on pretty soon there. But I did some of those.
Do you do the virtual summit and say BitClout then? Yeah.
What's that?
Do you do the actual summit page and all and say BitClout, or are you doing that in ClickFunnels or something?
The funnel page is in ClickFunnels. Yeah. This is a ClickFunnels. Where is it? Right here. You see the logo, right?
Mm-hmm.
ClickFunnels down there. But I mean, there's lots of things, right? There's well, first you got to have a topic that people would be interested in, right? That's a kind of general, but also pretty specific. Mm-hmm. So because you want to target a certain audience, you want to target a certain avatar. It's all about marketing, right? Like Mark would know all about that. I mean, it's just, you got to have a specific targeted, what is it? In my case, it's basically BitClout, this new thing. What's BitClout about, right? It's not, and the people that are in my target market was kind of like people that are in BitClout, but also anybody else who's outside of BitClout, who's in crypto, who's interested in social media marketing, right? Who wants to kind of learn, who's interested in new land grab and that kind of stuff, right? So after you decided that and figured out that.
I got to congratulate you, man. Yeah. That's amazing. Great accomplishment with that summit.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Now I just need to get sales out of it, right?
I don't know. It's good content.
Yeah.
Really, it's good content.
It's an interesting. Yeah.
And you contacted all these people one by one. That's a task on its own. Like, you had to connect with them. You had to ask them for their time, and they look like pretty cool.
Yeah, there was a lot of keeping track of stuff, right? Whether they did this, and followed up, and then we had email, and so I did have somebody help with some of the stuff. I actually posted in ClickFunnels group I want to do a summit, and I'd like to do it in 30 days. Is anybody, do you get, what are your tips for helping or whatever, right? Just kind of ask an open question like that. So I got 3 or 4 people obviously offering their virtual summit help or whatever and saying it's 90 days. I got a couple of calls, but I had this one person who said, who just wanted to do a call with me, and I was like, whatever, sure, why not, let's talk. And then I'm like, she's like wanting to offer her time and help and everything, and I'm like, why would you do that, right? And she ended up, she wanted me because she's from a different country, so she's not perfectly bilingual, but she wants to get English clients, so she actually wanted to do like a help me organize and everything for free, as long as I was going to do her a testimonial and say she helped me and everything, right?
Awesome.
That's what she's building.
Awesome.
So that was awesome to find somebody like that, right?
Yeah.
That helped a lot. Every day we talk 15, 20 minutes and we kind of see where we are and whatever, but yeah.
Awesome.
There's all these pieces. They all have to
It's
come
fun,
together,
eh?
right? There's a lot of stuff.
I can't wait to do it. It'll be my first one. Mine will be
Yeah.
live though,
So
but
you are planning on doing it live though?
yeah, in November. If anyone wants
So
to
it'll be
come
how
DM me. Yeah,
How-
November.
How long is it going to be?
1 day, full day.
1 day. Okay. That's easier for sure. And it's going to be what, just a certain number of hours, or the whole day, or like 10 hours or something, or what?
Yeah, the whole probably 7, 8 hours, the whole day. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I think, you know me, right? When I do something, I'll do the research. I'll do, like, I've got 3
yeah.
months. I literally have 6 months before it happens. So when the decision is made, I start looking. I start booking the big names, and I actually start because there'll be tickets, like legit tickets, and there'll be all kinds of prizes, and it'll just be I'm going to put my head down and plan it and do the best I can.
Yeah.
I'll program the whole page from scratch, so I'll have such flexibility to what it can do. Probably have some level of functionality, and it's going to have its own. It's going to have its own social media presence as well. So it's going to have its own web page. It's going to have its own group. It's going to have its own Facebook page. It's going to have ads going to it. It's going to be like it's going to be treated like a brand, literally for 3 full months all out. So it's going to be like a company, basically. Hey, you know what I mean? For that time period.
Yeah.
Because remember,
55% chance anyway.
55, yeah.
55% chance right there.
You know what? Let me tell you, maybe it's more. I'll go look right now.
Maybe it's 60 now, eh?
When will we know where it's 100? In a month's time?
Well, in the next 48 hours, you should get a solid 70. And it's going to jump probably up to 70, because when it jumps up to 70, it means I can. The other 30 will be up to me, my decision. But I'll tell you what, though, it's looking pretty damn good. Because if I don't go 100% in, I can go 50% in, and that'll still be 100%. That'll still be more than, like 50% of my focus is going to be friggin' crazy. 50% of my focus. But will I do it at 50%? I think so. We'll see. Let's see if we're at 70% right now. Are we? No, we're not.
How can you tell if you a meter on it?
He's counting the number of likes on a post or something.
No. I have a counter that puts up the percent. Like there's a percentage that's out of my control, and when it reaches a certain percentage, then I have a say in it. Right now, I don't have a say in it.
So other people are moving that up.
How?
Other people are moving that
Yeah.
the percentage up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's legal shit. It's like
Right. Yeah. I know you
So
can't talk about it, but that's okay.
It's out of my hands now.
So I got a creative idea here. I was wondering if there's a way of now, since you're familiar with putting together a summit, could you come up with, like, say, a collaborative book to be able to help everybody become an expert and use that as a launching pad to, say, for BitCloud or whatever you wanted to focus on? You know, I've
That's a
seen a
good
lot
question.
of, you know, because
I mean,
I see a lot of these
the
collaborative.
idea with summits is, yeah, the idea with summits is that usually there's the host that becomes like, it's not necessarily like lots of Russell Brunson's teaching, for example, he talks about how you can become an expert by just
Right.
interviewing people, right? And that you become an expert in two ways, at least anyways. One, by you just learning because you're listening to other people that are presumably smarter than you or know things you don't know. And secondly, because other people watching you do that see you as the expert that's bringing all this information in for them, right? So
Yeah.
you can do a summit in a similar way. And that's kind of what I did. These interviews that I did are me talking to somebody else, asking them questions, they're answering, they're giving their their topic, and then they're also, and I'm also asking questions afterwards and things like that. So that's kind of how it was run that I did it, right?
Yeah, I know what a summit is. I'm just saying that to be more really stepping out of the box, so to speak. If you were able to, say, you take these same people and got them involved with a collaborative book, say you got it on a book that's on demand on Amazon, now there's a way of drawing in traffic from Amazon into whatever topic or focus you wanted. It was just a creative idea. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it happen from a summit before, but I have seen it in the publishing world where people have gone out there and put together collaborative books, as you will. You know, I mean, it follows like the same, like the Mark Victor Hansen, you know, Soup of the Soul, where he has all these different writers putting in to their book, and that's how he got the chicken, you know. So well, here you can do something, you know, something similar, but starting from maybe a summit topic, and now you've got contacts. Maybe, I don't know, you know, somebody, you know, just an idea.
I mean, yeah, you could, like, literally, you could take, like me, I could take all the speeches and get all the text out of them and put them in a book and put that on Amazon, right? I mean, that's not impossible. I don't know how good of a book it would make, but if it was organized and whatever, it could probably make for an interesting, you know, discussion on it.
Yeah, but you would want to have something that's very focused on a targeted niche, right?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, thank you.
I think I'm going to have to head out pretty soon, everybody. It's like 11. Oh, shit, it's 12:30 over here. Lucky West Coast people. It's so early for you guys.
4:32 with me in the morning. Lovely.
Mountain time.
All right, that's right. You're like, I don't know how you do it, Eugene. Do you sleep all day or what?
No, I'll probably get up about 10 o'clock in the morning. I usually only need about 4 hours.
So you take like
sleep.
what, a dozen Red Bull before Mark's webinars?
No, I just live off about 4 hours sleep.
Oh my God!
You've had a long week.
I guess you can rest the rest of the week too. Right?
You can sleep when you're dead.
That's it. That's it. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. There you go. Sleep when you're dead. Yeah.
And with that,
oh my God.
Have you to get up early,
I'm
really?
gonna head out. I don't know where Mark went, but I guess he's not even there. Oh yes, he is. He's right there. I see his face right there. He's right below Eugene on my screen.
He's away to leave a couple of children at the swimming pool.
That's his Simpsons face.
Well,
I'm watching a video from,
not...
look at this. I just got a message from, hold on. Oh my God, if you guys saw the bullshit I got to put up with it behind the scenes, you would not want my life. Putting out fires again. But look, I just got a message from, remember the interview I said with Shiloh there? Shiloh? She just sent me a message. It's a 45-minute clip. And it's concerning our interview repurposing because she's got a whole editing team. She's a big shot, right? So I was going to share it with you guys, but I haven't seen it yet.
So it could be X-rated personally for you?
Well, no, it looks branded. No, it's not. She's a married woman.
I
but
know.
it's do you guys want to see what she sent me? It looks like maybe a teaser clip to our interview.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's 45 seconds long.
That's all right.
But I got to watch it
45
first.
seconds, okay.
I got to watch it first, so I'll be right back. I got to scan it, see if I want it to be out there. Hold on. I think it's for my approval. Let me see.
What could be said in 45
Yeah, I was
seconds?
gonna say now he
A lot
cares.
was said in that interview, bro. She coaxed it out of me with the persuasion of female beauty. We'll put it that way. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's the problem. I can resist anything except for temptation, you know.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it, eh?
That's why so many chefs, their marriages don't last. There's too many pretty waitresses out there.
So JS, how long does your summit go? It goes through the week or through the weekend, or?
It's a 10-day thing, so it'll be from the 17th to the 26th.
See, I don't. It'll be interesting to see how Mark does this, but hey, if it's one day, but what do you do if someone doesn't show up if it's live? You know.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I'm sure he's going to be doing some recording and some sort of but I don't know.
What do you mean if somebody doesn't show up? Of course somebody's going to show up.
Well,
Maybe I'll have standby speakers.
yeah.
There will be thousands on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because if he plans it ahead, like he says, 3 months ahead, right? Starts to do marketing and everything, which is one of the things that I did none of, right? I also didn't do any, and one of the things I should be doing is some sort of, incentive for people to share the summit as well, so they get a bonus of some sort of there's 10 prizes. It's all in the plans, but I just haven't had time to put it all in place, right? So that's one of the things you don't have when you do it so quickly, right?
Absolutely.
The time to do that. Right?
Oh,
Yeah, this will be a huge thing though. Like I said, it's 6 months prep. It's a 6 month preparation deal, and it's such a big. It's a little different, this one. So it's going to be, we're selling tickets, and it's going to kind of look the same though, as far as I'm concerned. But it's going to be friggin' fun because I will put my 100% into it and learn all the things. Yeah, it'll be amazing. Support will not be a problem.
And what is the end goal of the people once they go on to the summit? What do they get at the end of it? What do you sell?
Well, we launch after. We launch the team.
Right.
It all leads up to that, right? It's the launch to the event. Then after the event, our team of
just goes.
We run. Yeah, it's like that's what events do. They pump us up and we go. But there will be all kinds of. I'm going to follow the plan. Really, I'm going to follow the game plan. Like,
Do you know what others? Your plan's been working so pretty well for the last 5 years.
No, it hasn't. I'll say that. My plan sucked, bro. And that's why when I did that thing today with Tommy and Tommy and Chris, I'm like, that's what you should pay attention to. Because all the shit I went through I took the worst possible path to be where I am today. If you look at everything I've done, I don't want to say I didn't have successes because I made money throughout the whole rocky ride, but holy shit, every decision I made seemed to be a bad decision. And I'm not putting myself down. I know what not to do now, but it's so nice to know what not to do now. Like if I look back at all my old content, I'm like, oh, bro, it's painful what I had to go through. Even the whole branding university phase and the elite, even the elite thinkers is painful thinking about that. Everything, and those are just the most recent ones.
It's not a good thing to say. Come on.
Well, it's because I was the one living it. You guys don't know what goes on in the back. You guys don't know. You don't know what the heat is in the back. It's brutal. You know how much money I lost with branding university that could have been earned? That's just one example. The new branding university won't even be called branding university, but it'll still be intact. And that sucker's going to go because the whole structure is different. So did I have to walk through all that mud to figure out the secret? I guess I did.
Maybe.
Yes.
There's not a course that teaches you some things. Same with elite thinkers, setting up, like there's so many things you won't know are failures until you do them. Right, John Salge?
I'm sure.
I mean, when you're trying to build big empires and of sorts, there's not you got to just, even if it looks good on paper, which they all did. They all look good on paper. Everything looks good on paper. Let's get going now. See how good it is.
And what was wrong with elite thinkers? What happened that it didn't live up to your expectation, or?
Oh, just horrible idea. First of all, where do I begin? Just the list is way too long. And
I thought it was pretty cool.
I know, but when you have one person show up and then one an hour and a half later.
And masterminds are about contribution, not just me teaching. And me, it's not. It didn't end up being a mastermind. Like what a mastermind is, what I defined as the vision. Like setting up a mastermind, I have no frigging clue how to do it. Like there must be ways, because there has to be contribution from all ends with full. There's got to be an exchange at all times. It's got to be a mastermind, not one guy showing up. If I knew I would show up for a year and 14 months of my life and teach the whole time for free, basically, I'm like, that is the worst choice of investment I could possibly do. And then like out of 100 people, 6 people may watch the replays. Just the whole time sucked out of the time of it's just, there's no ROI there. The goal of the mastermind is for me to get educated. So on paper, it looked amazing. But once you start going with that, it wasn't long until I said, really? Am I going to, like, what the hell? So it doesn't have to be a failure financially, which of course it was, but of course it was. But it was a failure in time, like losing time of my life in that amount of mass when I'm so hot that everything I touch turns to gold. That's a huge failure. So is that a good start to why it didn't work out? And but I mean, I look at the glass half full, and then branding university, the intricate parts of it were overlooked. It's important not to let the vision pull you too much, because the visions always look beautiful. But if you don't look at the moving parts and the financials and the bullshit that comes with all that, the people, so many different people, the more people that are involved in a venture, the worse it is.
More moving parts.
Because there's all opinions and there's so many things coming at you. This is people's opinions when they're not driving the ship. If you're driving the ship, you're driving the ship. That's how I like to roll now. If I'm setting up shop and setting up a ship, that's kind of what Elite Thinkers was, but I didn't know how to drive a ship. Every year I learn. Which is why when I do my ClickBank business right now, that thing is just popping like, I've never seen money come in like ClickBank. Why? Because I'm alone. Nobody knows what I'm doing. I'm not sharing it. I'm focused on doing it. It's different. You know what I'm saying? It's just, there's a lot of reasons to why my road to success was freaking horrible.
Well, it sounds to me that what you're saying is what you are calling a failure is that you didn't have the right program management behind it. If there are things were outside of scope, you didn't have the right deliverables and the right timing to be able to produce the expectations that you were thinking of producing when you first started it.
I will say this. I'm acting all I'm acting all like dramatic.
Okay.
It was necessary because now I'm a force to be reckoned with. And I would not be a force to be reckoned with unless I saw so many things of not to do. No project manager could tell me. Like, I know more now. I speak to so many. Where I want to go is so clear in my mind that nobody knows what's going on in here. So I can't bring someone in to help me with.
So you're likening it to Edison.
What's that?
You likening it to Edison. You needed to try all these different filaments until they finally got the right light bulb.
You know what? Yes. It's like you try so many. I still don't know what I want, really. I'm always kind of pivoting a little bit, but now I'm pretty streamlined on what I'm doing. I have 6 income streams and 6 focuses. And the fact that I broke it all down to just 6 makes life so much easier. 20% of my time goes here. Like, I'm better with that now. I'm just everything's more streamlined. I can smell, I can identify something faster now. And I'm not afraid to pivot based on what other people think. As a matter of fact, the fact that I don't care what people think is why I'm succeeding. The fact that I'm not afraid to hurt feelings anymore is why I'm succeeding. I'm not a popular guy. As a matter of fact, do you want to see the Shiloh video? I just watched it. It falls into this perfectly. And she chose this clip for promotion. I don't know why she picked this, but can you see my screen? It actually falls in perfectly with what I just said. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Honestly, you just became probably one of my favorite shows because you just say it like it is.
Yeah, and there's something that's really important here that people should know. I've reached a level of wealth where I don't care what people think, and I no longer need people. This is important. Whoever's watching, learn what I'm putting down. When I throw a skill, pick it up and apply it to your life. But don't do me, because I don't give a F what people think, because I have FU money now, and all of my income, all of it, comes from things that people have no idea. My income doesn't come from what people think of me anymore.
Honestly, you just became probably one of my favorite shows because you just...
How timely was that? As I was just telling you guys, like, now that I don't care what people think, it comes with a villain hat though. And don't, the reason that was important, which it's so weird, the universe just spoke. I said, I have FU money. You know what that means, right?
Mm-hmm.
It means if my money, in the beginning, my money came from what people thought of me. It did. The money that I generated came from what people thought about me. But now that it doesn't, my income's not tied to that. It's tied to pre-built funnels. If I do a webinar, I act all friendly on the automated webinar and I throw that out there. They don't see through, people who take in my content don't buy my stuff, basically. People who buy my stuff go into my autoresponder with my 42 best pieces of content. So they never really, from a business standpoint. So because my income is no longer connected to what people think of me, it's in my best interest, assuming I don't care. Not caring what people think about me brings in the worst hate and the worst criticism. all the time. Like